Okay, I think I'm just about ready to get started. Hopefully everybody hears me okay. There was some weird audio issue on my end right at the beginning. But looks like the meters are going up and down, so I take that as a good sign. Let's chat very briefly. To hear more of the Suikoden soundtrack. So I did a little bit of just quick refresher / research right before I began streaming. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. But I feel like as a reminder for our overall goal this particular session, we haven't actually gotten to the character recruiting part of the story. And although tonight will not be a particularly long session, I'm hoping we'll get close. There's one place I want to end the run at. If we have enough time, I'll even complete the dungeon associated with it. But otherwise, I think we are more or less good to go. I am just looking at one thing in my notes real quick, and we will probably get started. So, one thing I do want to mention... Actually, we could even just go into the game at this point and get started. Well, hold that thought, hold that thought. Hello, Suikoden. Claire, you are behaving today with the sounds. We'll find out in a second. Okay, it's a good sign. So if you remember last time, we were talking about certain cutoff points. So my recommendation is that if you did not get the Holy Crystal from a completely luck nonsense drop, I'll be showing you where I had originally planned to get a Holy Crystal, but not the one that we'll be using majority of the time. And I want to go ahead and open up our stats, because I did a little bit of research, I mentioned right at the beginning. And I want to talk about each of the stats, as I actually misunderstood what one of the stats did. So I figured, you know, maybe we'll see if people learn something new with the stats. I did not realize how useful the skill was. I kind of recall it being good, but not as good as it actually turns out to be. Let's go ahead and pause. Take a look at our strength real quick. So before we were talking about the core stats of power, skill, defense. So power, pretty straightforward. You just add power and then the weapon strength, and that is your attack for melee. We talked about that last time. Arm, I don't know if I explicitly stated, that's just armor, so that's physical damage reduction. So I think that's just combining all of your equipment pieces of defense plus the defense stat. However, skill is a lot more useful than I thought it was. So I thought skill was just accuracy, and technically that's true. It also apparently influences the rate at which you will dodge attacks, and it also influences crit rate. So skill actually very strong. Speed only determines what turn order we go in. It does not actually influence our ability to dodge, for example. I thought speed did that, but apparently it does not. Magic, just to be a bit more clear, that is the stat not only for damage, but also magic defense in this game. And finally, we have luck, where nobody really knows what it does, honestly. I don't think it's really relevant as a stat. So any character that has high luck, but terrible power and magic, they're garbage characters. Who cares about them? Hey Chris, hope you're doing well. I figured we'd just briefly touch upon that. So we have a lot of money. It's recommended you leave with some money coming into this next area, as after we go to Lenin Camp, this is where we were discussed about going last time, we are more or less going to be locked out of this area for a while. Do you imagine we are fugitives, and they will not really take kindly for us hanging around the capital. So one thing to note is that it's not super important what party order Viktor is in, as he's about to leave the party. Super minor spoilers, not for a long period of time, but it is annoying nonetheless. Here we are in Lenin Camp, dear. Not much of a place, but they do make fine tea here. Ha ha ha. Well then, it's about time I got to work. Let me go make some arrangements. May be late, so take a look around. Yeah, so he just immediately leaves. Well, hope you weren't too attached to him, Chad. He's already gone. Who is this fellow that Viktor wants us to meet? You know, I can't quite trust that man. I have no idea. So, what should we do now? I'd love to take a shower. We basically can just have free roam for a little bit. If we want to advance the plot, I believe we do have to go to the inn. He did not last very long. I guess I could slightly improve Gremio, I guess, without losing too much money. I mean, it is free damage, but I don't want to burn that much on Gremio at the moment, to be honest. So, one other thing I think I forgot to talk about is we put a rune fragment on one of our characters, and I wasn't sure what Thunder did. The Thunder is actually crit percentage, so it can stack up to, I believe, 9 times in the first game. I'm just seeing if there's anything I can purchase here that I forgot about. And if I stack the lightning runes, I could potentially have, in theory, 5% per stack. However, there aren't a lot of places to get these runes outside of the wind and water runes, from what I recall. As in, like, there's a finite amount you could find. Now, some of the other ones I believe you can farm. Spoilers, they're not worth farming. We're not gonna bother doing that. I will try to point it out if we fight the monster that gives it to us, but not that relevant, to be honest, chat. Okay, so I think we are basically good to go. I think I'm gonna just go to the inn here, advance the plot. Actually, I'll even save here. Why not, chat? You forgot how fast I was? Exactly, chat. Sorry you had trouble sleeping, though, Chris. I missed that message until just now. So, you're a friend of Viktor's. Well then, I will prepare the best rooms we have. Well, at least we get a free stay at the inn, right, chat? I guess, what's his name? Viktor never returned. We didn't make any other plans. Let's wait a bit longer, and if he doesn't show up, we'll head north. Perhaps Master Tio can help us. Oh, Cleo, you're so optimistic. Yeah, I would that too, Gremio. Cleo. Why did Pawn... Don't, Gremio. Uh-oh, we're hearing things getting shattered. We've heard that some fugitives are staying here. We'll look around. But sir, our guests are sleeping. Shut up! You plan to harbor rebels? Uppercase R. No, Master, they're coming for us. Viktor, he must have ratted on us. Oh, Gremio, we're so powerful it doesn't matter. So, I said before I was looking to get 41 magic. I want to clear one misconception before we go too far. I didn't need 41 magic for the bandit fight. I wanted 41 magic between now and when we leave this area, because having Firestorm is super useful. So I think I probably could have gotten away with like 38 magic or even 37. Just by around this point, I'm going to make sure I have 41. So we don't have to do any more leveling. I knew we shouldn't have trusted him. This doesn't look good. They'll find us for sure. The identical army has arrived. It's actually taking place in the Star Wars universe, chat. We're part of the Clone Wars right now. What should we do, young master? Let's fight. I'm scared. Let's run. Listen, we are so decked out, we could win this fight. I'm gonna say let's fight, chat. You know, we're not cowards. Yes, young master. I, Gremio, will protect you with my life. Oh, stop it, Gremio. He was kidding. No, I wasn't. Leo, I don't even know if they can hurt you. Your defense is too high. There's too many of them. Calm down. She literally has more armor than probably the next 3 towns worth of equipment can give, by the way, chat. Plus, keep in mind she has a massive speed bonus, so she is always going first. As far as I'm concerned, she will go first for the rest of the game. We're in big trouble now. Gremio, maybe we could get young master out before... This way, hurry! Who was that? Asked Gremio, not noticing the person standing behind the clock. Hey Kirk, hope you're doing well. You be quiet, Cleo. We're here for blood and violence and being a jerk to everyone we meet. Look what happens when I try to leave. Young master, not that way. He's right. By the way, the voice. It came from that clock. You big dummy. Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of things I'm hearing in the back end. Not quite a clock, but Kirk has resubscribed it again. Thank you, Kirk. I think I'm doing okay. We'll talk to these people. Yeah, they're just telling it's behind the clock. What should we do, young master? Well, let's talk to the clock. So chat, we did some things out of order, so the name Odessa should probably be a little familiar to you. So semi-spoilers, chat. Gee, I wonder who Odessa is. What are you waiting for? Hurry! Do you want to get caught? Who are you? Whoever it is, thank God. So you're the new friends that Viktor told me about. Everyone's waiting. Follow me. We're gonna just immediately ignore her. What happens if I try going back up the stairs? I don't think I've ever tried that before. Oh, Master, don't go upstairs right now. It's dangerous. Oh, man. Okay, what happens if I ignore where they obviously are? Okay, no other items. It's fine. What a lame hideout, chat. Boo. Viktor says, sorry, Tyr. You must have had a tough time. But it was exciting, wasn't it? What's going on here? Didn't think I'd give myself away so soon. Oh, well, now that you've met Odessa. Odessa? That name rings a bell. You don't mean the Rebel Army? Rebel Army? We prefer to call ourselves the Liberation Army, but who cares about names? Let me introduce myself. I'm Odessa Silverberg, leader of the Liberation Army. How do you do? I always got confused when I looked at Flick's profile image and his character graphic. I thought Flick was like almost like a middle-aged man given his hair. And then I look at the profile image and he's somehow a brown-haired boy. I'm like, I don't know what age Flick is supposed to be here, chat. I feel very conflicted. Viktor, are these the people you wanted us to meet? That's right. Prepare yourselves for a surprise. This here is the son of General Tio McDowell. And a fugitive to boot. Don't you think he'll be a great asset to the Liberation Army? You've got to be kidding. Why would young master join the rebels? Right, young master? Who says I'll join? Maybe I should join the Liberation Army. You know what, chat? We're such rebels. We're gonna rebel against the rebels. Listen, we're on team solo to win. So he says. Well, perhaps, we could convince him, right? He has nowhere to go anyway. I guess you've all been fooled by Viktor as well. Whenever he takes a liking to someone, he just drags them in. But they do appear to be hunted by the Imperials. The town's still full of soldiers. May stay until things blow over. Whatever decision you make afterwards is up to yourselves. Yeah, team us, exactly. Yeah, just remember, chat, there's no us in team, but there is me. You've got to be kidding, young master. Join the rebels? No way! Rebels? Liberation Army? Well, why not? Maybe we should become true rebels. Wow, that didn't take very much to convince Cleo, chat. On the other hand, what will Master Tio think? He'll probably think, stop attacking me, you're my son, and then death sounds, if I had to guess, chat. Well, I suppose we should talk to the people. Slowly but surely. I'll talk to Viktor last. But Odessa greets you as a guest, so will I. My name is Flick. Lightning Flick of the Liberation Army. Never heard of me? Well then, remember the name. The quiet one here is Humphrey the Swordsman. That's Sanchez. We three are pretty famous in the Liberation Army, you know. Let's talk to Sanchez. Hello, Yantos. Hope you're doing well. My name is Sanchez. How do you do? Humphrey dot us. Sure, Viktor, we'll talk to you right now. You don't really think the Empire will take you back, do you? They'll kill you for sure. I'm so sorry. You must have had a fright. Viktor's got bad habits. I guess we're enemies. Too bad. Oh well, chat, I guess we just gotta go on a murdering spree. Uh-oh, chat. We went to go leave and disregard their invitation, but hey, a dead body. My favorite. Are you alright? Okay, not quite a dead body. I must tell Lady Odessa. Let's take him inside. Well, now we're conspirators. Where are we? Don't worry, this is the Liberation Army hideout. Have you a message for me? You must be Odessa, thank goodness. I'm one of the Mount Sifu bandits, but we only attacked those rotten Imperials. Anyway, the other day, the Imperial Guard came over and captured our bosses, Marcus and Sidonia. Chat, oops. Oops, that was us. Marcus and Sidonia, could they be? Shh, be quiet. Lady Odessa, please, help Marcus and Sidonia. The rotten Grady of Rockland has strung them up to starve to death. Outrageous. Execution without trial. Even by Imperial law, that's illegal. How awful. But Odessa, Imperial surveillance has been intense lately. We have to keep a low profile. I'm aware that we're understaffed. The bandits have asked for help. We can't let them down. It's our fault. This has nothing to do with us. Chat, you know what option we're picking. You know what option we're picking. I'm not even gonna have it as a question. Young Master, Marcus and Sidonia, those bandits we captured. Yeah, I'm still. No. Young Master, don't you care? This has nothing to do with us. Young Master, you must be willing to admit your mistakes. This has nothing to do with us. Okay, we're in the loop. Okay, we've exhausted the unique dialogue. Fine, it's our fault. Whatever. What do you mean it's your fault? We fade to black as we explained that all the horrible things we did just a moment ago. I see. Well, even if you didn't know what you were doing, you still have to claim responsibility, right, Tyr? You must rescue Marcus and Sidonia, and I'll help you too. I agree. I don't plan to betray the Empire, but Grady is unforgivable. You're right. Undoing Grady's wrongs would be good for the Empire. Besides, if young Master gives the orders, I will follow. Thank you. Marcus and Sidonia are strung up at the home of Rockland's military commander. If you don't hurry, they'll dry up. Please, help them. Dear, I beg of you too. Viktor, you go too. Leave it to Viktor. Let's get going, Tyr. Rockland, here we come. Viktor joins the party. Interestingly, chat, it didn't say joins the entourage. So, technically, I didn't need to change the formation of the characters, but, sorry, Gremio, you're going in the back row again. Listen, chat, that's gonna be his home for pretty much the rest of the game. Or at least anytime we're forced to keep him. Most important thing, chat. We do not seem to have healed despite going to the inn. Can I just use the inn, like, just straight up right now? Okay, so we didn't gain any new spells, but we got healed. So, as you would imagine, the Rockland headquarters are going to be fairly well guarded. And because of the fact that we have Firestorm, we could basically just skip entire fights. Since it is so strong right now that it will just one-shot like a mini-boss encounter. Firestorm is not to be messed with, chat. Yeah, they don't want none of this, for sure. We also slightly empowered Gremio, I guess, for auto-combat, I guess. But, again, his contribution will not be damage. His contribution is making sure I run this quickly. Also, you have no idea, chat, how tempting it is to use that gambling service again. I will try really hard, chat, not to gamble again. I could get us more money. But we're actually coming up to a better way to get money very soon. So anyway, you might notice that there's now a guard outside here. And if you look at the posts here, you can see that there's 2 sets of boots. Looks like our captives are there. Who are you? You've no business here. Get out or you'll be strung up like those bandits there. Ha ha ha. Hammer pans over conveniently. Poor Grambio, I know, chat. I'm so sorry. I just don't care about his weapons. If it's really cheap, I'll do it, but spending like 5k on him, I'm like, nah. Security's pretty tight. It'll be tough sneaking in. Gremio, if by sneak in, you mean nuke everything with Fire Rune? Sure, it'll be tough, in big air quotes. Leave it to me, I'm used to things like this. Help, help! The Gritty Mansion's on fire! 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 What? It's just... Viktor is kind of the best character, chat. It just, you know, casual arson. Viktor, what have you done? You didn't. Didn't do anything. Must be the dry weather. We're committing all sorts of crimes, chat. This is definitely our party member. Oh goodness, young master, don't you dare take after someone like this. Anyway, building's just on fire. I don't know how that guard missed it, to be honest. We can touch the fire briefly. Ouch, better watch those flames. Can also sleep in the bed to assert dominance. Interestingly, we can just go in that door, but we can't go back through it. As you can see, there's some items here. I technically don't need them, but we'll go ahead and do that. Since there's only 2 soldiers here, I think we'll just play it casual for a little bit. That should be good enough. Remember, Cleo's always gonna go first. Yeah, she one-shot him. That seemed fair. Oh, actually, their health totals are pretty low. I guess it helps that we're very strong. Sure, we'll attain the bits. Medicine acquired. I really don't need that. Whatever. I love how 1 soldier was two guards, and then 2 soldiers was 2 guards. I think we could just free will this. Honestly, we're so strong, chat. This is what happens when you have level 5 gear. Sadly, we have almost leveled. Sadly. Now, there are little rooms I could go into here. Yeah, I'll even just free battle this. I really don't think they can do anything to us. Or I'll miss. I'll just miss arbitrarily. That's fine. Yeah, they did 1 damage to Cleo. Whatever, chat. Oh, Viktor actually took some big damage there. Oh, Cleo took 9. They did it, chat. Well, goodbye, Emperor/Captain. Go ahead and level. Okay. So again, I just got slightly stronger. Viktor leveled, Gremio leveled. So if I did not have the magic score I was looking for, I could go ahead and do that. I think that's an armor increase. I don't know who picked that up, though. Is it Viktor? Wait, who got it? Cleo got it? Oh, come on. Now just shake your head. That's not even fair. Anyway, I'm saving up for another forced fight. These things are not really worth our time. Sadly, I think they are going to force me to use a, medicine here. Yeah, she one-shot something that took all 3 party members to kill. Like, look how unfair that is, chat. Just shake your head. Fire magic's so good. You could see why I got really excited when we got the fire rune. I don't have to get these items, but I feel like I should, just to, I guess, for completion's sake. I believe that's the last big encounter over there. I didn't actually see what that was. I kind of canceled this quickly. I believe the antique was the ornament. Might have just gotten money there. Another 1,000 bits. Okay. So you can see there's quite a few people in this encounter. This would normally be a more challenging fight, but, I got some bad news for them, chat. I kind of have more than 41 magic. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm so sorry. That's fair, right? She's got 49 magic? Oh, yeah, she's way over-leveled. Unidentified painting? Okay. So anyway, if you thought there was any fairness in the world, think again. I'm actually going to use this medicine, even if we're about to get to a point where I can rest. Mostly because I just don't want to hold another medicine. Donya says, huh. What's going on? I can't see. My god, it's you Imperials. Why are you here? You come to laugh at me? Of course not. You know what sort of fellow Grady was. We never would have helped him. A few things have happened, and now we're wanted by the Imperials, just like you. We'll help you out. One shot, many kill. Exactly, chat. Thanks. Get my buddy too, will ya? Not necessary. Sidonia could have just escaped at any time. Is that what we're learning, chat? Sidonia, why you? You got tricks like that. Why didn't you escape sooner? Huh. Could have very well escape alone. Sidonia, you... Hey, let's get out of here. So they're with us, but not in our party. Apparently, the ropes are meaningless to him. You dare turn against the Emperor? Free the bandits? And even set my house on fire? You'll be sorry! So you want to fight? Don't think you're the only one with a grudge. Why, I'll cut out your eyeballs. What? Oh, well. I'd rather tear him to pieces. Oh, please, well, you see, you'll regret this. I'll tell Master Crazy about you. You'll get yours. Leo, do you think the Empire will take us back? I don't know. Yeah, Master. Don't worry, there's all kinds of ways to make a living. Oh, Viktor, you're so right. One of them includes robbing everything. Another is gambling for all of our money. Guess we owe the Liberation Army our lives. Tell Lady Odessa that if she ever needs help, Marcus and Sonodia will be there in a flash. Well, we're off. Perhaps we'll meet again. And indeed, we will want to get these characters for later. Sure is great to be done. Get back to Lenin Camp. Dear, why don't you spend a bit more time with the Liberation Army? Come on. Young Master, when we return to Lenin Camp, let's decide what to do. At this rate, ... she says as I immediately go to rest again. Heck yeah, chat. Oh, I was kind of hoping she would learn a new spell there. But it is what it is. Speaking of which, we still don't have a spell on the Soul Eater rune. What a rip-off, chat. Can't wait till we get that. So anyways, you can see, we've had a decent usage of the Holy Crystal so far that we got early. But we're still gonna get quite a bit more use before we are supposed to get the intended one. Actually, I probably could have bought that for money. How we doing money-wise? 339? Okay. I think we're still good. I don't really care about our equipment. Sure, we'll go for the rare painting. Why not? And by painting, I mean the Celadon urn. We'll go for it once, chat. Viktor level, that's always nice. Anyway, mission accomplished. That was easy, right, chat? I'm sure everything will be just fine. Wow, that NPC knew exactly where to stand to block me. What a pro, chat. What an absolute pro. Anyway, let's not talk to Odessa first. Let's talk to everybody else first. Welcome back. I'm glad you made it. You made it back. Says Humphrey. Dear, you're back. Thank God, our problems are solved. What do you mean? Odessa, you're not planning to... Yes, I am. What? What? What's going on? Dear, take a look at this. What is it? Show me. What's this? Plans for a fire spear. Fire spear? Right. The Liberation Army may be tiny now, but someday we'll be big enough to meet the Imperials head-on. When that day arrives, the fire spear will come in handy. We spent good money for this at the dwarf mines. Tyr, this blueprint must reach our secret factory, but we can't leave this hideout unattended. I'd like you to take on this assignment. Enough! Don't you understand that we're members of the Imperial Army? How could you expect us to betray them? Chat. Oh, Gramio, you're so funny. Let's go, young master. No need to stay here any longer. As he drags us away. Wait. Do you have any idea what the Empire is really doing? Do you know what the people want? Or will you pretend to ignore all that? Gremio, you saw with your own eyes, heard with your own ears. Are you willing to ignore the truth despite all you see and hear? What about you, Tyr? Do you still want to return to the Empire and continue to be Migdal's little boy? My father goes his way, I go mine, since I'm a member of the Imperial Army. You know what, chat? I think we technically need to say this to advance. As tempting as that is. I'm gonna see what happens if we pick this option. Fine, I understand. I don't want to force my beliefs upon you. But if you should change your mind, please come back. Oh, okay. Tyr, I knew you'd return. Will you help us? I guess. Thank you. Tyr, let me explain. This is a blueprint for the Fire Spear. It has to be delivered to the Liberation Army's secret factory. Northwest of Lenin Camp. Across the river lies Tiger Wolf. Over the mountain is a village called Saradi. Someone from the factory will meet you there. Don't worry, we know the way, right, chat? Odessa, I just don't get it. Why do you insist on this guy? He may be an Imperial spy, yet you want to give him the blueprint for something that could change the destiny of the Liberation Army? Such a willing and motivated protagonist, I know, chat. Don't worry, I'm going too. What? If you're going, I'm going too. Like, if you come along, who's going to protect this place? It's about time you began acting like a leader. Don't worry, Flick. I'll protect Odessa if you promise to protect this hideout. Uh-oh, chat, we're gonna try to remember that for the future. It's settled. To Mount Tiger Wolf, then. Odessa joins the party. So we can take a look at Odessa. She has low health, terrible level. She comes with the wind rune and a duck sound effect when I go to select it. She can put minor enemies to sleep. That is the starting spell of the wind abilities. If we take a look at her equipment, it's really not that special. Kinda underwhelming, honestly. She has a bow at least, so she's a long-range fighter. Out of curiosity. Chat. I want to see if this is allowed. I can't say I've ever really tried it before. I have to look for something in particular, though. Over here? Oh, it's over here. Duh. Are we allowed to remove her rune? We can't. Okay, I was just curious. Some characters that join, you can just remove it immediately. Whack indeed. At your age, which is 14/70. Sounds about right, chat. So now I have to remember where Mount Tiger Wolf was. They said, I know it was across the bridge. I'm just trying to remember how far to the west it was. Okay, I think I went too far down. I'm sorry. I think it's northwest. But hey, we get to see a part of the map we haven't been to before. That's always exciting. Speaking of which, what happens if I try leaving? Also, this encounter rate. Stop it. Right, chat? You can see why I want to maintain the exact level for Let Go. Also, if you're wondering what happened there, I pressed down and I immediately went to the right. I got Suikoden. I think they'll just stop me. Okay, yeah, they don't have anything new to say. I was just curious. Like, for example, if our party members would get mad that we're going the wrong direction. Well, anyway, we should find it just by rubbing our face along the edge of the road here eventually. We know there's a bridge that goes to the west, and once we cross it, that'll be where we need to go. As we've actually already been to Mount Tiger Wolf. There it is. Oh, encounter rate. You're so silly. Get out of here. So we might as well as follow directions. Oh, actually, speaking of which, rare items. You know what? Odessa does decent damage even without leveling the weapon. 210 bits, not worth it. Okay, I think that's about our last attempt at the rare item. Sun's beginning to set. Do you think we could cross the mountain before dark? Victor, it took like 2 minutes last time. It's really not that much of a trek. I don't want to spend the night out in the open. In any case, we have to go up. Let's go. So if you might remember, chat, there is actually a little hut we couldn't go into last time. And it's going to play more of a key role in a moment. Fortunately, we are high enough level I could just auto-dodge the giant snails, so that's nice. I think they forgot I had the Holy Crystal, chat. I'm going to be moving at the speed of sound. Oops, sorry. That was for the other item. We don't need that. Oh, encounter rate. Get out of here. So anyway, we're at the halfway point already, chat. But look, there's somebody here this time. The Dawn with the creepy smile and very, very, very questionable eyes. Also, I'd just like to point out, he is definitely not blue-haired in his profile. Welcome, travelers. Coming up at such a late hour, you've really got guts. But you'd better stop here and continue tomorrow. It's dangerous around here, what with all the bandits and all. Why don't you spend the night here? Sorry, we're in a hurry. Great idea, my feet are killing me. But once I'm in agreement with you, I'm not sure I could go on. Oh, Gremio, you're so silly. Me too, we better go on. No, we better go on, chat, listen. You must be kidding, I've lost control of my feet. I've heard that expression before. Me too. Wow, we're getting voted against, chat. Oh well, Odessa, are your feet moving on their own accord too? To tell the truth, mine want to rest too. Wow, chat. I'm going in, Tier. Chat. I tried to leave, and he came out to talk to us. That's the best. Where are you going? Your companions have already untied their shoes and are relaxing. Wow. Denied, chat. Denied. Excuse me, why don't you have some of this before supper? It's special tea from Mount Tiger Wolf. Let's give it a taste. Ugh, it's pretty bitter. Very bitter. Here's some for you too. Not if it's bitter. Chat, not if it's bitter. Come on, just a taste. Not if it's bitter. It's not that bad. Besides, it's good for you. Not if it's bitter. Please, have some. The chat, as you might be expecting, the game will not let us advance without drinking the tea. There is no way to dodge what is about to happen. Just to taste that, I suppose. Here you go, but be careful, it's very hot. There are a lot of false choices. There are a lot of but thou musts, indeed, chat. Smells kind of funny, doesn't it? Say, old man, what's this tea called? It's a special Mount Tiger Wolf brew called Robber's Tea. That's a weird name for... My god, this is... Hey, you, what have you given us? Damn, such an old trigger. Your master. Anyway, chat, we got drugged. I love the unique sprites. Again, we won't really see these that often. Dad, if only we could have not drunken the tea. We could totally take this guy 1v1. Everyone's asleep, thanks to the drugged tea of Mount Tiger Wolf. Wow, for a bunch of stragglers, these guys are loaded. Chat, they knew about our gambling. Looks like we'll be living the good life for a while. Kessler. Coming in. Hey, Ladon. How have you been? Doing well for yourself, I see. Why, it's Boss Kessler. Welcome, welcome. As you see, I just pulled a job. And a fine-looking woman in the bunch, too. Oh, wait a minute. This here is... Ladon, what have you done, you fool? What do you mean? Do you know who this is? Just some stupid traveler, I should think. Idiot. Even an ignoramus like you must have heard of Lady Odessa of the Liberation Army. Why, of course, boss. Even kids know who Lady Odessa is. You don't mean that this here is? Yes, I do. Hurry up and prepare an antidote. Well, good thing we had her in the party. Oh, let's see. A rabbit's tail, rose leaves, handful of sugar. The dawn, if anything happens to Lady Odessa, you could say goodbye to your head. Yikes! A rose-tailed sugar leaf handful of rabbits! Forgive me, Lady Odessa. Without knowing it, I nearly committed my life's gravest error. If you'd like, I'll make Ladon here pay with his... Please, sir, spare my head! Don't be ridiculous. I'll have to be more careful from now on. Why couldn't she take from our example, chat, and not drink the tea? Maybe I do trust people too much, like Flick says. I have no way of apologizing, but please, stay here for the night. I'll do what I can by way of hospitality. No more poison, you hear? I believe we could talk to all the people here. Cleo snores. Odessa pew pew chatter chatter pew pews, whatever that means. Victor growls in his sleep. Gremio just snores. I guess we could talk to Ladon first. I'm gonna give up serving poison tea. I've learned my lesson. I leave. The door is locked. Damn, chat. No solo adventures for us. Are you a member of the Liberation Army too? I see, so you're not. Lady Odessa is a true heroine. She's serious about overthrowing the Empire. There are many who express discontent, but she means to do something about it. I hate the Empire too, but I'm just a bandit. Lady Odessa is our hope for our freedom. Everybody more or less waking up all at once. Good morning, young master. You're a burly tear. Cleo dots us. Hey, Gremio, why is Cleo in such a bad mood? Don't bother her, Victor. Cleo is always in a bad mood when she wakes up. Somehow you're not surprised he growls. Exactly, chat. See, everyone's here. Today we reached Surrey. Leaving already? I'll unlock the door. We could go back inside. I think we could talk to them. Welcome. So if we need to heal, we could do that. I might as well save here and then rest. So yeah, we will probably not take advantage of Odessa's magic on this particular trip, because we'll just be escaping every fight. Sorry, Odessa, your rune's kind of useless. Like, I could fight killer slimes, but why? Actually, I wonder if killer slimes give some of the rune pieces, now that I think about it. Maybe. 1 second, chat. Killer slimes do that, apparently. So we could farm them for the water rune piece, which allows for 5 HP regen every turn, but chat, I don't care about it. It's fine. We don't need it in this playthrough. We're supposed to meet a messenger from the secret factory at an inn in this town. Where could it be? It's a small town. We'll find it soon. This must be the inn. Let's rent some rooms and wait for the messenger. Sure, chat. We'll just advance the plot. It's fine. Apparently, it's been years since he had customers. Let's just advance the plot. Victor growling again. Unfortunately, the door is locked, chat. We must speak with Odessa. Tear, can't you sleep? Me neither, but the night breeze makes me feel better. Can I tell you something? Our options are, what is it, or I'm not interested. I see. Let me ask you this then. Do you still want to return to the Empire? She just keeps going, chat. She's undeterred now. We'll go, of course, or I don't understand for returning to the Empire. We'll go with I don't understand for now. Why do you think Gremio and Cleo follow you wherever you go? Is they orders from my father? I wonder why. You know what? We'll wonder why as well. Why are they still with us? They follow you because they love you. Oh, those poor misguided souls, chat. Oh. Yentos keeping it questionably PG-13. What a Yentos. They aren't putting themselves in grave danger because of orders. Leo and Gremio want to protect you. Is you something within yourself that makes them feel that way? Does she mean money? I mean, we have a lot of money. Always remember that. You're strange. I feel compassion when I'm with you. Suppose Viktor brought you to us because he felt that special quality in you. There are many in the Liberation Army. Humphrey, Sanchez, Mose, and Flick. I love after the delay. Nobody has eyes like yours. Eyes that draw people to you as the overly dramatic music kicks in. Many people, if I should ever... Oh, Odessa, don't talk about dying already. Who is it? Oh. Kage. What a character, chat. My name is Kage. I've been sent by Sir Mose, chief of the secret factory. You feel like a main character, if you will? That's pretty accurate. Mose certainly keeps unusual company. How is he? I received a letter from him mentioning that a pigeon of his was sick. Kinda hard to imagine Mose taking care of a sick pigeon. Very strange, lady. Sir Mose does not keep any pigeons. I'm sorry, I was just testing you. I never betray a contract. This is the blueprint for the fire spear. Please deliver this. The future of the liberation movement depends on it. Understood. I will go now. Bye, Kage. We'll try to recruit you later. It's getting late here. We better rest. Maybe we'll even recruit Commander Crazy, chat. Could you imagine? You must be tired too. Go back to your bed. Sorry I kept you up with such strange stories. Fine, we'll pick our bed, I suppose. I feel like no matter what, we get very similar responses. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I don't feel like that's super worth exploring. There are a couple times in the game where our choices matter. Spoiler, we're not at any of those points yet. What do you mean our job is done? We finished our business last night, didn't we, Tyr? Odessa, don't phrase it that way. Come to think of it, young master's bed was empty in the middle of the night. Young master, what were you up to? Something you can't tell me? Let's get going, Tyr. Young master! Let's go, Gremio. Anyway, that was easy. Like they have anything new to say? I kind of remember them saying the same things. Yeah, you want to help your father. Well, anyway, chat, that was the easy mission. We're just trailblazing the plot right now, chat. Super fast progress. Goodbye, giant snail. We hardly knew thee. Hello, other giant snail. I don't want to know you. Apparently, we don't have special bonds with them, chat. Well, since we didn't even get into any combat at all, there's really no point to using the inn again. That's a lot of killer rabbits. Good thing we could just run away from them. And by killer rabbits, I meant the slasher rabbits. So again, if we really want to, we could get rune pieces here. I think we would technically be able to heal 45 health a turn if you gathered enough of the water runes, I guess. Could technically be worth it this early in the game. However, we have a secret weapon, and that weapon is called Fire Crystal / Fire Rune. So healing is kind of irrelevant when you kill everything. Speaking of which, I hope that we don't end up using too many runes that actually require healing. But we'll see how it goes. If we end up picking characters just for the sake of showing them off, I have a feeling we'll do that. But if we're picking with like purely optimal choices, we will never ever use Water Rune, to my knowledge. Anyway, chat, that was the easy mission. I'm sure Flick was able to hold down the camp, and everything will be just fine. What happened? Are you alright? The Imperials, they suddenly... I'm sorry, Lady Odessa. My god. Hey, Odessa, let's go after them, young master. Oh my god, I really can't let you stay. Wait, wait, what? Wait, you can actually save when he's like this? I never knew that. Hi, innkeeper. Do you mind if we just write our names in this ledger real quick? I know you're dying on the floor, but punctuality and making sure we follow the rules is there. Also, it's kind of funny I could just leave. I could just straight up leave, chat. That's amazing. I just don't even have to help with that stuff. Be like, bye. Didn't want to join your stupid army anyway. I believe this is an optional fight. I didn't technically have to trigger this. Sure, we'll trigger Firestorm, why not? Wait, does that mean oh, he won't let me stay, so I can't heal it. That doesn't stop me from just leaving town and resting, I guess. Anyway, Fire Magic OP. If you had any doubts, chat, Fire Magic OP. So unfortunately, because I'm doing optional fights here, I ran out of Fire Magic. However, Viktor has 230 health because he's a god, so I think we'll be fine. You might also notice he's out-damaging every other character in our party. Kinda silly. Viktor's a little strong, chat. Oh, Gremio, getting stabbed on a counterattack. Oh, those silly enemies hitting Cleo. They can't kill Cleo. Viktor critting for 231, that seemed completely fair. Oh, we got a level up from that, nice. Yeah, Viktor's power is out of control, chat. If you had any doubts about this character's auto-battle capabilities, he's good. In terms of bosses, though, we'll be using other characters for the most part. It is kind of hard to top him only having a level 3 sword, but it has 91 damage. I didn't even use the Smith. Actually, speaking of which, can I just leave and Smith real quick? Yeah, this is fine. Listen, Odessa, you'll be fine down there, right? I'm sure nothing terrible will happen to you while we're doing this. So it turned into the Shiko sword. So we basically just got like 3 level ups worth of damage on Viktor. Not that he really needed damage, but I find it kind of funny you could do that. Gremio's damage is okay, just it doesn't really matter. Odessa screams. Oh! What was that? Let's hurry. I heard a stock sound effect somewhere in the distance. Anyway, I could have just gone straight here and used a Firestorm, by the way. Actually, speaking of which, it doesn't matter what I do here. This is free will. Ooh, the counterattack from the protagonist, getting the kill. Nicely played, protagonist. So the protagonist usually has above average skill in most of the games. Not necessarily being the best, but being up there. So we'll see him actually dodge quite often. I saw Viktor level, that's not very fair. So we're still above 30,000 in money, so that's pretty good. Are you alright, Odessa? You can't count me out now. Quickly, you must run. Okay. Ugh. Lady Odessa, you're bleeding. Uh-oh, chat, the sad music's playing. It's not a good sign for Odessa. Odessa, what have you done? Without you, the Liberation Army. Oh, she's even twitching. I'm so sorry, Viktor. It appears I've chosen to be a woman rather than commander of the Liberation Army. I couldn't let that child die. Manic music swells. I'm a failure as a leader. I mean, we have like 30 medicine. You'll be fine, Odessa, right? Don't talk, Odessa. You'll reopen your wound. Dear, will you come here? I have 2 requests. First, give this earring to a fellow named Matthew in the village of Seika. Stop it, Odessa. I don't want to hear any final requests. Victor, thank you, but I know the end is near. Can't you hear the music? Here, take it. Hearing received. My other request. Please throw my body into the stream there. What? But why? I can't do such a horrible thing. Do a horrible thing? She's talking to the right person, right, chat? Please, Tyr. I can't, as you wish. We'll say I can't, though. He's right, Odessa. Why do you ask such a thing? If the Liberation Forces find out I'm dead, the movement will lose faith and die. That is why you must keep my death a secret. A tiny, newborn hope must be kept alive. But I can't. Look, Tyr, this is blood. My blood. You are not aware of it, but a lot more blood is being shed by the innocent at the hands of the Imperial government. You must put an end to it, even if I die. Even if my hopes remain alive, I could be proud of my life, my blood. But I can't. All right, Odessa, I'll do it. Oh, he'll actually step in. Thank you, Victor. You're crying for me. Wow, we can actually get other people to do it. I didn't know that. If you ever see Flick again, tell him that his kindness always saw me through hard times. Well, it appears the end is near. Tyr, I hope that you'll be able to see the free world that I was never able to. There we go, chat. We dodged responsibility yet again. Goodbye, Odessa. Yeah, party member of the year. Go, chat. Pro tag power. So, rest in peace, Odessa. You lasted maybe about 30 minutes, but you did it. I suppose we should go to Saika. Yes, we'll find this Master Matthew. But to get to Saika, we have to pass through the Fortress of Kawaba. The Fortress of Kawaba. That's gonna be tough, but we'll give it a try. So they already replaced the innkeeper. Come now, wipe your tears away. Stay at the Kyaki Inn. That's messed up. Anyway, might as well just sleep here where everybody we know just got killed. So hey chat, most importantly, Cleo has another spell usage. She's got 4 flaming arrows, chat. What you want to see. So we'll save again. So rest in peace, Odessa. So we're now basically at the point of no return. So if you wanted to get any last minute items, this is literally the last opportunity to do so. Because once we go through the fortress, it will be quite a while before we're allowed to come back here. But given that we're basically done with everything, we might as well proceed. How's our money looking? 31,000, pretty solid. Again, I don't really need any armor or anything like that. We're so powerful, it doesn't matter at the moment. Fortress of Kawaba. Its commander is Lord Ein Guide, an old friend of Master Tio's. He doesn't know us, but he certainly knows your face. Can we get away with it? Let's test our luck. No problem, don't worry. Meanwhile, let's decide on some fake names. We'll be in trouble if they ask us who we are. I'll be Roy. I'll be Maria. You don't look like a Maria. What did you say? I guess I'll be... What a name. Stotelheim Reinbach III? Is that what I'm looking at there correctly, chat? How's that sound? Leo dots that. Remio dots that. Young master, how about you? So we can name ourselves Masamune, Isuke, or Schlotenheim Reinbach IV. Chat, we're gonna go for that one. Let's see what they say. Leo dots. Grimio dots. Chat dots. Okay, let's go Roy, Maria, and Schlotenheim Reinbach IV. Chat, we have picked the dumbest name and I love it. It's now canon, chat. We're with number 3 and number 4. Hey, you there. Stotenheim Reinbach III says, "Me, sir, I'm just a poor jujube vendor with hungry kids waiting at home." "Not you, the little runt. You look like that fugitive Tyr McDull." Eingein with a ridiculous portrait says, "What's the matter?" "Sir, I thought this young fellow here looked like Tyr McDull, the fugitive." "Tyr, you there, show your face." "Uh-oh, if Lord Ein sees me." "You, I've just about had it with you. Always causing trouble. Completely useless too. Now they think you're a fugitive. You're a pain in the neck even when you're doing nothing. Sir, if you find this boy suspicious, I'd be glad to lop off his head right here and now." "Wait a minute. Don't worry, sir. I can't be thought of as harboring a fugitive. You, prepare to die." "No, stop. Hello, Reen. Hope you're doing well." Think about it, Rosh. McDull's son wouldn't be dressed like a beggar. We're not even in disguise clothes. This is our normal outfit. You may pass. But sir, I think... Don't worry about it, Rosh. Let them go. Hey, Sonny. Take good care of your father. You're all right and frustrated? Sorry to hear you're frustrated, though. I mean, hopefully things improve. Forgive me, young master. Even though we were in danger, I went too far. Ready for any kind of punishment. You could even cut off my head. Hey, Gremio, it's no big deal. Safe passage is all that matters. Tyr is a big heart. Unforgivable, I understand, Gremio. I think to set up for something later, I think we'll be nice to him for now. So I'll say it's, well, we understand. Young master. So you might notice there's a strange person here. Mr. Chandler says, I'm Chandler, just an idle peddler. Travel here and there in search of a profit. Hope someday I'll have my own store. Why, thank you, person looking for something specific. We'll have to remember that that guy wants to run his own store at some point. So technically, I think our destination is right there. However, chat, if you did not have a holy crystal, I recommend you do something else first. See how much damage we do, chat. Not a lot. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Why are we missing every blow? What is happening? Uh-oh. Okay. You might have noticed, chat, that we gained a spell after Odessa died. So we're gonna be taking advantage of this, since apparently we just can't land a single blow. But thanks, Odessa. You powered up the Soul Eater. Ooh, we almost died. Oh, now we land a blow. Whatever. Goodbye, enemy. Who we nuked out of existence. Wow, all that for 140 bits? Chat, I'm just gonna go ahead and state it. That was not worth it. Anyway, let's continue for now. I'm looking for something specific. Yeah, this is actually what I'm looking for. If you're looking for upgrades to equipment, you could go here, in case something isn't maxed. So for example, I could level Gremio's weapon. We won't be doing that, though. We bought the Final Fantasy 16 trailer, and I'm getting a Reen and Emma themed cake for my birthday. Other than that, I'm waiting for my... when to return. This is last week before he returns, and he says, when's your birthday, Reen? I have to say, I am 0% intrigued, but hopefully you find it interesting if you go watch it. Magic bonus is actually kind of interesting. I might actually take that on Cleo. Let's see, what's her magic comparatively? Right now she's sitting at 56, which is pretty solid. But what if... I'm sorry, it added how much? It added 15 magic this early in the game? Wow, that is kind of unfair. Well, I know what I'm purchasing, chat. We're gonna go ahead and get ourselves another guard robe. Why bother with armor at this point, right? Godlike. I mean, right now I don't have anything that does damage on the protagonist, but we will be getting spells later. relieved it's going to be a fantasy focus. I will take your word for it. I have not followed any news on it whatsoever. You see the fog area across the lake? There's an ancient castle out there. People say it's haunted. Clearly, you as the protagonist will never have a reason to go there, right? Sergei says, listen to me, if I happen to be an inventor. After much hard work, I came up with an amazing invention. Something that would impress even the dwarves. None of the castle keepers understand what a wonderful invention it is. What is it, you ask? It's called an elevator. So we'll briefly talk to these people. Okay, so we're not allowed to go down below, but we'll keep in mind we're not allowed to go there yet. We're told not to hang around here because it's full of tough characters. This is the hardware store, according to them. So if you did not get a Holy Crystal, chat, this is the point, the earliest point, I believe, that you could get a Holy Crystal from a non-enemy drop. So, important to know where it is. See, the cat is trying to run from us. Hello, cat. Funny enough, chat, this cat actually plays an important role in a future side quest, but I figure I'd mess with it just for now. For now, I don't think we could do anything. Next says, who are you all? Liberation Army? Then you're fighting the Imperials. No, I'm busy now. I'm looking for someone. Maybe you know him. His name is Jupo. He's my uncle and he's a trickster. So if we find Jupo, we'll have to bring him to Meg. We'll go ahead and stay at the inn and save. Other than that, you're playing Grill Lancer, Wayfarer of Time. I'm not familiar with that game either. But hopefully as you go through it, you end up enjoying it. So, the Deadly Fingertips is actually a pretty useful spell. It can kind of help us just one-shot certain enemies, at least the weaker enemies, and basically avoid combat. What the heck is this encounter? Flying squirrels, killer rabbits, and a beastmaster. Yeah, I don't think I really want to fight that, chat. I think we're just gonna say no to that. So technically, I believe there's one other place we could go to out of order. Like, you're not supposed to know about it, but you could. I believe we have to go this way for it. I'm just curious what happens if you go here out of order. Do you know how much we love doing that, chat? A lot of flying squirrels. An old JRPG franchise. I will take your word for it. That encounter rate, though, chat, is very silly. I missed the entrance somewhere. It's not a big deal. It's technically a dungeon around here somewhere, chat. It'll come back to me eventually, where the entrance specifically is. It's not a big deal either way. There's also one other town we could take a look at, but there's not much we could really do there. So technically, that town we saw entering the place is where we should go. Encounter rate, please. Alright, let's Deadly Fingertips the rock and not feel bad about using the fire arrows. So fortunately, she should do a lot of damage because she has the guard robe. Yeah, that's good. Goodbye, these enemies, chat. That was enough to level us, which is kind of good. I'll be mostly skipping our level up stats, because for the most part it's not too important, but I'll open it for those that are curious. Since we've hit the most important part. I love that we have almost more magic than speed, even though we have 2 magic ups. I don't want this encounter. Okay, I'm not really seeing what I'm looking for. It'll come to me eventually, chat, where this entrance is. Speaking of which... this is actually what I'm looking for. If we talk to this guy, he says, I'm Moss, the blacksmith apprentice of Mace. Just a beginner, of course. It looks like he's not able to enhance our weapons further yet, but we're going to keep in mind that there's a chain of blacksmiths we're going to have to keep in mind. This guy seems to be a bath master, Sanusuke, so you can already see potential recruitable characters. Counter Crystal. It's fine. We could buy Mega Medicine there, which is actually kind of nice for later in the game. You believe it? He says there's elves beyond the woods. He says he's seen one. Funny, isn't it? Actually, this place is cheaper to rest at than the other place. The other place, I think, charged us 170, and that was just 100. That is the Great Forest. If you don't set foot in there, it's like a huge maze. Well, Chad, if you try to go in here, you could get into... I probably should have saved before doing this, actually. You can actually fight things you're not supposed to fight yet. Let's see if we could kill them, chat. Wow, we got outsped. Oh, they ran, that's why. I was gonna say, how did anything outspeed us? That's crazy. Yeah, we just do too much damage, chat. Just shake your head. We do way too much damage. Also, can I point out how many levels we just gained? Look at that cheese. Look at that cheese. Look how much damage we're getting, chat. Oh my gosh. It's out of control. Oh my gosh. 1,500 bits. Chat, we are not supposed to know that we can come here. Just go shh. Don't let anybody know I know we're to power level. So we can just immediately go back to sleep. What are they gonna do? There's actually an even better encounter to do than that one that we just fought. I don't know if we'll get it. Oh, we actually got one of them. So the encounter I'm looking for isn't 2 kobolds. It's actually 6 kobolds. I think that one gives the most overall experience from what I recall. And in fact, chat, we leveled so much, we gained another spell. That's so unfair. That is actually so unfair. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, her power is so high due to the guard robes, it should just kill them instantly. Yeah, we didn't even... Yeah, I had a feeling I didn't need to use my magic there. Look at that, chat. I'm level 19. Isn't that silly? I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna board the struggle bus when it comes to these enemies. So as you can see, if we keep going to the right, nothing really happens. We go to the left, we instantly leave. But yeah, I don't think they thought you would know to abuse this. In fact, we leveled so much we can let the encounters go. I'm going to get into one more fight here before we continue. I'm going to let everything go that is not a kobold. So we'll get into one more fight. Oh, well, we have to free will this one. I'm looking for kobold times 6. If we don't get it in the next 2 fights, I'll give up on it. But this is going to make overworld travel way easier. Like, think about, like, if I had been grinding the overworld, how slow that would have been to level compared to just knowing that this is here, by the way, chat. Like, just think about it. Ooh, the perfect encounter. This is exactly the encounter I want to see. So we have 2 firestorms, so perish mere mortals. Cleo the god is here to one-shot you with guard robe and ridiculous levels. Perish. Actually broke. She is actually broken right now, chat. Look at the level ups. Look how much we gained, even though we're 19. So anyway, if you want a power level, you do that. And speaking of which, chat, we're now back up to 30,000 in cash, which is what I was looking to have. So might as well sleep off our killing spree. Yeah, that seemed fair, right, chat? So now I can skip every encounter between now and the next dungeon, because this place is out of logic, if you want to think of it that way. Like, the game doesn't want us to progress through the forest, because we don't have what we need to go there. But that didn't stop us from getting into a fight there. Actually, speaking of which, was there no armor in there? Did I just miss it? Oh, there isn't a place for armor. Interesting. Well, anyway, we could basically run from all encounters now. It really doesn't matter. There's one other place we can go to. It's like roughly in the middle, if I remember correctly. We'll just look at it for the sake of looking at it. Like around here somewhere. Oh. Is that what I'm thinking of, or is that just the other village? Okay, yeah, this is what I was thinking of. So we could come here out of order. Giovanni says, this is Master Lepente's residence. I'm Giovanni the butler. Well, unfortunately, he won't let us go further. But hey, chat, we could go see the armor. Let's see if they have anything godlike in here. Karate uniform. Leather armor with 14 defense. That's almost tempting. Emblem gives 8 to magic damage. Chat, shake your head. You know we're gonna go on a purchasing spree later, right, chat? I just have to decide when. I'll buy 1 leather armor for ourselves. Just for Viktor. And I'll sell his other armor. Should be fine. I'm a little under where I'd like to be, but we're basically invincible, so it doesn't really matter. As you can see, he has no other accessories, but he's got 93 defense. So it's like I have armor equipped. Cleo starting to get caught up on in terms of defense. She also still doesn't have a helmet or a shield, which is kind of funny. But we'll be purchasing those for magic boosts in the future. Don't go in there, the commander will be furious, says guy we don't care about. Something to appraise? I believe we did pick up a couple ornaments and paintings. Got the Hex doll. What painting did we pick up? Let's see, chat. Graffiti. Okay. Those will play a more significant role in the future. Right now, they're just kind of dead spots in our inventory. I don't think there's anything else we could do here. I just wanted to showcase these locations. But most importantly, Chad, if you're playing casually and you're not doing the speed run, man, oh man, that Great Forest is so good for levels. And if you have the Fire Crystal, heavenly, chat, heavenly. Anyway, we have to go back to the north. I suppose I could fight them to see if they can even hurt me. I mean, our damage should be out of control. It actually takes quite a few turns to kill them. Interesting. Oh, Gremio. Oh, I think she tried charming us there. Spoiler, she's dead. We'll never see what charm does. Yeah, we can see we're getting no XP now. 500 bits, not worth it. Anyway, let's progress the plot. Thought I was so lucky to get a crystal, it turns out it's damaged. Ought to be able to use magic too. Think we have any other crystals we can really assign? Well, actually, you know what I can do? We could put the clone crystal on Viktor. It might not be a terrible idea. So he'll counterattack more often. I don't really need him for magic damage. He's kind of bad at magic, to be honest. Maybe we'll do that, chat. We'll just give that to him. Plus it frees up an inventory spot. It's the hardware store. Let's go ahead and take a look. We could purchase a water crystal here if we really want to. So this would be the earliest access we would get to renewable healing. But I have a feeling I don't really want this, chat. Yeah, we're not gonna purchase it. We don't need healing. We should be able to let go basically every encounter. We have an okay amount of medicines. Be fine. We'll talk to that individual in just a moment. O'Neill says, say, you know that Odessa leader of the Liberation Army is missing? Wow, the news travels fast. They beat us there. My hobby's fishing. I'm gonna go to Kalku to fish. Just a way southwest of here. Yeah, we already were there. So anyway, let's not talk to that gentleman right away. Let's try to enter this little hut. I really like Master Matthew, but he gives out so much homework. Guess what? But don't tell anyone. I've decided to marry Master Matthew. Master Matthew, he's out for a walk. This week's motto, let's take good care of mother and father. Yes, let's take good care of them, in big air quotes, chat, as we sharpen our blades. Anyway, let's talk to this individual who clearly is not going to advance the story. Yes, I'm Matthew. What can I do for you? We're here to honor Odessa's last request. She asked us to deliver this earring to you. Last request? I see, so she's dead. She was a fine young woman, but she got mixed up in that. That what? I don't like your tone of voice. What's wrong with Odessa? Excuse me, what's wrong with what Odessa was doing? She was a fool. I knew it would come to this. I can't accept this earring. Please leave. Mission accomplished. We're the best, chat. Anyway, let's go talk to him. I've nothing to do with Odessa. Please leave. Fine. Who is this guy? He makes me sick. Me too. Why did Odessa ask us to see him? Hey, get out of the way! Those Imperial soldiers went towards Matthew's house. I wonder what's going on. What are you doing? What do you plan to do with that child? Matthew Silverberg, hereby ordered to return to duty in the Imperial Army. Familiar last name, chat. There's no reason why a fine doctor like you should be wasting your talent in this pathetic village. Why, you're a hero of the Battle of Kaleka. I refuse. I've had it with war. Nowadays, I'm nothing but a poor recluse. We have been ordered by Lord Qasim Hazil to bring you with us by force if necessary. I have no intention of returning to Imperial service. Really? If you choose to be stubborn, there's no telling what will happen to this child. Say, maybe we'll send him to the Benar mines. Pretty hard labor there. Who knows if the kid will survive? No, no! Help me, Doc, help me! Let him go, right now. Looks like trouble. What should we do, young master? Help them, of course. Wait, let's see what's happening. Oh my gosh, chat. Let's see what's happening. Don't know about that. Maybe if you agree to come with us, I'll let the kid go. How about it? Shut up. How dare you? Capture them all. Uh-oh, let's go, Tyr. Okay, chat, we're not allowed to sit on the sidelines. Wait a minute, we're taking over this fight. Who are you? Survivors of the Rebel Army, just some good guys passing by. I don't know, chat. What would be the most us? I mean, I guess we could technically take over for the Rebel Army. Sure, let's just declare ourselves survivors. Why not? Wherever they are, capture them. Wait, that's all they sent to defeat us? I mean, I could Dancing Flames them, but that seems kind of overkill. Bone Rune does something in... Okay. I mean, I don't think we'll have a chance to use it. I guess it does something other than increase the chance of counterattack, which is nice. I don't remember some of the more off runes. Yeah, that gave us no experience. But hey, easy kill. Oh my god. All this killing in front of a children. I mean, in front of the children? Grammar was not your strong suit, Doctor. Well, anyway, we just gave all those kids wonderful, wonderful trauma. Now they too can be JRPG protagonists, chat. I know, not in front of children, exactly, chat. I know who you are, Tyr, son of General Teo McDowell. How do I know? Still keep in touch with a few friends in the Imperial Army. Those Imperial soldiers, they called you Matthew Silverberg. That's right. Odessa Silverberg was my sister. Dun dun dun. Then why did you say such terrible things about her? I decided that I would never again be involved in war, in killing. Silly Doctor, we don't care what you think. But not Odessa. She chose to fight for her beliefs. How did Odessa describe me? Just as a man in Psycho named Matthew. I see. I guess she never forgave me. Odessa told me that a powerful man who doesn't use his power is a coward. Exactly, chat. You gotta conquer the countryside. Yes, I am a coward. As the music swells. I would rather be called a coward than have to bear seeing that awful sight again. Even if it meant being rejected by my own sister. Awful sight? Watching people die for my own actions. Friend and enemy alike. But today, I've realized something. Even if I close my eyes, the world will not disappear. From now on, I will strive for what Odessa was striving for. You'll accept this earring, then. Earring? You should keep this. Why, but Odessa? Let's ask him why. Look at it closely. There's a map inscribed in it that shows the location of the Liberation Army's hideout. Whoever holds this earring is destined to lead the freedom fighters. Oh, chat. I forgot the most important thing. Semi-spoilers. You're gonna have to name an upcoming location. But keep it in mind, chat. We need some good names, because we're gonna be seeing that throughout the rest of the game. So prepare yourselves, chat. Think deep and hard. I'm a talented military surgeon, but hardly the type to lead the Liberation Army. But you, Tyr, however, are a born leader. I'm sure Odessa realized that. Not the rebel base. I think that's too many letters. That's why she wanted me to meet you. I want to say it's like 8 letters. Please accept this earring and live out your destiny as a leader of the freedom fighters. I can't do it, or I'll do it. Nope, we can't do it. We'll reject it. I see. It's a difficult decision for sure. Take some time to think it over and come back with your answer. Tyr, have you made the decision to inherit the leadership? I'll do it. Thank you, Tyr. From this moment on, you're the leader of the Liberation Army. Henceforth, I shall call you Master Tyr. Also, chat, I just realized you could have some really terrible things you can make him say when he calls us that. Gremio, Cleo, what will you do? You will be able to return to the Empire. Wherever you go, I go, young master. Master Tyr will forgive me, I'm sure. Me too. I just about had it with the corrupt Empire. Thought it over already, boom. We'll see, we'll see. Master Tyr, as your military surgeon, may I offer my first piece of advice? To revive the Liberation Army, we must recruit volunteers, people who are dissatisfied with the Empire. You might have seen some of them, they have portraits over their head. And to do so, we need a headquarters. You're right, too bad the hideout at Lenin Camp burned down. Thinking of something much bigger. A place that can withstand an attack by the Imperial Army. There's an abandoned castle in the middle of Lake Torin that I believe would be perfect for our purposes. Why don't we make for Kaku, a town on the shores of the lake? Aren't you coming with us, Matthew? I must prepare for the move. I'll have to give the children a year's worth of homework. Wow, what a jerk, Chad. Well, we have our first destination. We've already been there before. So we just have to go back there. Was it cheaper to use the inn here? I think it was. Also, chat, look at Viktor's health total. Can we talk about this? Chat, can we just point this out? Cleo has 188 and Viktor has almost 400. What a beast. That character is unkillable. Antonio says, my life's devoted to cooking, but I don't have my own restaurant yet. I wish there was a place where I'd really be of use, says the chef looking for a place to go. That guy says Lady Odessa's okay. You friend of that spoiled brat Sheena? Been so obnoxious lately. Marie says, my, if it isn't Tyr, are you alright? Me? They found out I was hiding you, but I'm fine now. No, I don't blame you. Faith, that's all. Okay, so there's quite a few people here. So we're gonna go ahead and save, and then we'll advance the plot a little more. So we're almost at the point where I want to take a break. I think we'll try to go on a collection spree. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Wow, when you can let go of the rock and you don't even have to fight it, what a thing of beauty, chat. That thing is such a waste of time. I don't know why that thing does so much damage and is so hard to kill compared to everything else. Anyway, now we're at Kaku. That detour was totally worth it, by the way, chat. I could also get more armor for Viktor. We'll see. It'll probably come down to Cleo. And in fact, what I want to make sure, chat. Actually, no, I don't need to worry about that right now. But in the future, we're going to move Cleo to the back row so she lives as long as possible. I'm going to go for a sort of risky strategy. I want to see if I could get away without healing, as we have powered up quite a bit. I'm just curious if it's even theoretically possible to beat this upcoming boss without healing. It might be. We have definitely over-leveled for it. Anyway, there's new people here. Emil says, Taiho? Oh, that guy. You, I've got you now, you bum. What is it? What have I done? What have you done? Huh, I've got you now. I'll collect from your grave, is the debt collector's motto, and you'll never outrun Camille the she-devil. What's all that about? She Gremio's friend? Well, I have no idea. Come on, give me that money you owe me right now. In cash. I've been looking for you for 2 months. Remio, are you in debt? Goodness, of course not. Trying to lie your way out of the situation, eh? But I've got proof. Take a look at this. Let me see. Oh, this is the bill for the banquet with Master Tio. I also owe something at the inn. What, you want me to pay this right now? That's right, immediately, all of it. Let me see, Gremio. Exclamation mark times at least 7. Oh, listen, we're in a spot of trouble at the moment and we're short of cash. By the way, young lady, you seem to be acquainted with Taiho. I know him. You tell us where he is. Sure, after you pay up. After all, this is business. How about this then? We have no money at the moment, but once we find Taiho, we might have a way of getting some. Oh, Victor, how true those words are in a way that you probably never intended. As soon as we get some money, we'll pay you back. Hey, you're trying to trick me. Oh no, not at all. Damn these penniless bums. Alright, so be it then. But I'm sticking with you until you pay up. Emil joins the party. So, where can we find Taiho? He's usually downstairs. Ask the shopkeeper. We sure have recruited an odd one. So Camille comes with nothing. She's a sad level 9. I don't know what a golem is, but we could take a look at her strength. Actually, we can't see that. We have to look at formation then. So she's another mid-range fighter. She's got no health though, so she's gonna be in the back forever. So chat, I'm gonna come to an honest point that I have to tell you. This upcoming minigame is horrible. For people that have not played it before, be thankful. There is so much jank in this minigame, and it is required that we beat this minigame. I'm saving now. If we're really lucky, I will get it in one go. The last time I streamed it, I somehow got it in one go, and that was like a miracle. This thing can waste so much time when you get it wrong. I kid you not. It wastes so much time when we get it wrong. Yamku says, what is it? What do you want with my boss? Vote to Turan? Gee, I don't know. He's a moody guy. Oh boy, chat. Here it comes. It's Cup and Dice, chat. Cup and Dice. I believe it's also called Silo, if I'm not mistaken. What? A Vote to Turan castle? You must be nuts. The place is full of monsters. Be placing my life on the line to take you there. Tell you what, since I'll be risking my life on this trip, you're gonna have to make a correspondingly risky bet. You're gonna have to bet all the money you have. Are you up to it? Hell no. You're smart. Go home to mommy. Okay, now that we've advanced the dialogue, we're saving again. Chat, we are not... I am going to reset if we fail this, and he takes our money. I'm just letting you know. This is such a waste of time. I really don't want to lose my money so close to where we can actually start to abuse our money. It's like, we can lose half of our money. It's not a big deal. I need exactly 10,000 to get the ball rolling. So anything we have extra here doesn't matter. So if I want to upgrade other characters, I have 14,000 to deal with it. So here we go, chat. Take personal bets. How long will it take me to win this game? Here we go then. Too late for regrets. I don't remember how much he explains of this. Yeah, we'll explain how the dice game is played. This is a game where you and I throw dice. The one who throws the bigger number wins, of course. You throw 3 dice at a time, and if 2 come out the same, the number on the third die is your score. 2 of anything except 1, as well as 4, 5, 6 are lucky numbers, but 2 1s and 1, 2, 3 are unlucky. Also, 3 of the same number is called a storm. 3 1s is very unlucky. You have to pay triple. Chat. Oh boy. Storm with other... Well, blah, blah, blah. I missed what he said there. My bad. Anyway, he said something about Storm. If you fail to throw a hand in 3 tries, or if you just go out of bounds, you lose. Yeah, by the way, chat, we could just roll outside the dice bowl and just fail. I know. We're gonna pray for the AI to goof. So, it's not impossible for the AI to botch a roll. And if it happens, it's hilarious. Because they automatically lose. So, Basically, from the standpoint of the AI manipulation, I always want them to go first, because I will not have any chance of losing unless they roll a 4, 5, 6 or triple 6. If they roll anything else, I can then roll to beat it. And if they roll triple ones or roll outside the bowl, they lose automatically. So the goal with this game is to never play. That's how you become the true winner, chat. The only way to win is not to play. War games indeed. So watch your head carefully when you throw, okay? I want to see what he said about Storm real quick. Oh, why does that auto-advance? Whatever. Oh, he didn't botch his first roll. Oh no, that's actually a good roll. Okay, so we have to beat a 3. That is unfortunate. Yikes. If we tie, it keeps going. So I have to get a 4, 5, 6 or a good roll. So chat, this is, I don't know how much you can manipulate it, but depending on how it hits the dice bowl, we could lose instantly. We lost instantly. Roll your eyes, chat. We got wonked. Okay, did he take all of our money, though, or just 1,000? If he took just 1,000, I don't care. I'll keep going. Okay, he just took 1,000. Okay. I just want to see why it automatically advances here. Storm with other numbers is very lucky you get paid triple. Okay. Alright, chat. We lost one time already. Such a god of the roll. 2 is more beatable. As we get no score. I don't know why they don't have any dice sound. Wow, that's unlucky. Oh, we actually won. Nice. Okay, so we went neutral. We went neutral. I can live with that. It took 3 dice rolls instead of 1. It could have been much worse, chat. We could have been there a very long time. Well, you're lucky today. Tend to go along with lucky folk. Hey, Yamku, let's go prepare the boat. Sure. Here we go again with Big Brother's madness. Hey, you guys, we'll be waiting at the docks. So one thing you can do to make the combat a little easier is that this upcoming dungeon can be a little cruel, because you're playing with a lot of characters you don't have a lot of control over. So I want to see one thing. We're going to make a safety save here. I want to see if you could do this, because I would rather do this now than do it later. So I'm thinking we could take those people to the Great Forest for like an instant level up, and that will make the dungeon actually pretty easy. Because this dungeon is kind of annoying, as you'll see as we get there. Okay, so we now get to hear the ship music. Let's see if we're allowed to sail backwards once we get here. That's all I want to know, chat. What a place we've sailed to. Castle Tehran. This is truly a haunted house. Are you sure there's treasure here? Don't know, Viktor said there was. Wow, what a place. Must be full of monsters. I'll get them. You're going to? Please be careful. Of course, I wouldn't miss this for anything. Hi-ho joins the party. We allowed to go back from here? Oh, heck yeah, we are. Bye! The Taiho is not too terrible. He has a spear weapon. He's another mid-range fighter. I could swap him and Cleo for now. They're kind of under-equipped, but it's fine. We could fix that real quick. Let's go ahead and upgrade their weapons because we can. Again, this is just going to make combat much easier. Kemi, that's a pretty big damage jump. We'll level up Camille's weapon. Benril. You know what? I've been kind of teasing Gremio. I guess I could technically level him. Okay, maximize damage. Let's just briefly go to the Great Forest. Again, that place is just so good for XP. I forget where it was relative to us. I think it was just further south. Be good to go. Anyway, we're gonna just abuse Cleo's speed to insta-kill everything. Speaking of which, I just realized something. We have another female in the party. Does that mean I can finally give the winged boots to somebody? Aha, Camille can use it. Nice. We can finally get rid of some of these, chat. In, like, a good way. The Camille's defense is now through the roof. Dude, she went from 33 to 61, and she's now always gonna go first. That's fair, right, chat? So, because she has such terrible health, her having double defense is actually pretty big. So we're just gonna get into, like, one fight here, and then we're gonna do the intended route. Just because, again, I find this just makes the game a lot easier. Plus, anyway, it's good XP. And the perfect encounter. What a perfect encounter, chat. Let's go ahead and use Dancing Flames. Look at the damage, chat. You know they're dead. 896. Wow, we are so over-leveled. And I leveled again. Uh-oh, chat, look at Taiho's levels. Look at him go, chat. I'm not gonna speed it up just so you can witness his level climb. Beautiful. Viktor leveled too. Gremio leveled. Wow. This is gonna make a huge difference in survivability between getting literally double health and almost triple armor. Absolutely insane. Anyway. Yeah, that made life easy. I think everybody in the chat could agree with that. That is completely unfair, and I will abuse that every time I play this game. I'll be like, hey, listen, if I know where the good level spots are, it saves me a lot of time. So yeah, they're like, you know, Taiho went from like, what, 108 to 207? He basically doubled armor. Should be good to go. Even the protagonist reached 20, which is very silly. Oops, I went too far up to the north. Anyway, it should basically be a breeze at this point. We have enough money for gambling, which is good. Oh, never tried going over here, actually. I don't think I could really do anything here. Talk to this guy, though. I says, it's been quite some time. You haven't forgotten me, have you? Who do you think taught you how to use that stick? Oh, well, you were small then. Me? I want to go west, but they won't permit me to leave. So there are certain characters, chat, that are actually quite difficult to recruit. Some of them require you to recruit characters in certain orders, some of them require you to be certain levels. He's one of the more annoying characters to get. I will say, though, he is definitely worth it. He is definitely worth it. So if you find any character that pairs with the protagonist, it is quite unfair. I believe he has a Unite attack that's called, like, the Grandmaster Unite or something like that. It does a very silly amount of damage, I'll put it that way. He's super good if you don't like the rune magic system in this game. He is really good as a party member. For now, we can't do anything with that knowledge. Okay, so let's actually go to the castle. So this place actually has a lot of missable items, so I'm actually going to consult my notes real quick once we set sail. I will try to pick up as much as I can recall, but if I don't get everything, it's not the end of the world. So this place, in it, has Medicine 6, a Mega Medicine 3, Antidote with 4 uses, 2 of them, a Pointed Hat, Toe Shoes, Hazy Crystal, Wind Crystal, Power Rune Piece, and 2,000 bits. Now, I believe the only thing of interest would be the Toe Shoes, as I think that is a way to get speed up on male characters, if I remember correctly. We want to make sure to find that, wherever that is. In fact, it might even be here. Oh, it's just Mega Medicine. Well. So, hey, we got a Super Heal, which I will just hand over to probably Camille. So, everybody has at least 1 medicine, so we should be good to go. I mean, I'll fight these just to see how much damage we do. Wow. Nothing but crits, apparently. see we're taking, like, 61 damage is not minor, I have to say. So we are taking some significant damage. This would normally be quite a challenging area. But fortunately, we got, like, 10 levels, which makes this much easier. So I think, on average, you'll probably hit around, like, 17-ish. So we're about 3 levels over where we're supposed to be. And levels in this game are super good. Oh. Let go of the giant slug. How do I reach that? Is there a hidden path? Ooh, I don't remember this, chat. I'm assuming there... Oh my gosh, encounter rate, please stop. Anyway, I'm glad we're over-leveled so I can rub against the wall. Oh, there is one. Encounter rate, please. Toe shoes, there we go. I know that's like one of the few items I think is actually worth picking up. Actually, it doesn't seem to increase your speed, but 9 in defense is not insignificant. In fact, we could give over our existing boots to Taiho, because he doesn't have anything. I saw he was taking a lot of damage. So, for example, we could see the protagonist has 96 armor. Taiho only is 51, so he's actually pretty squishy. In fact, he's so weak, I might put him in the back row. Not a bad idea, actually. Sorry, Taiho. I think I'm putting you in the back. You're gonna be heave-hoed right to the back. Because he's actually much weaker than Camille. Which is funny, because Camille is supposed to be the weaker character. But, this is fine. Yeah, as a reminder, she has 30 more defense, so even though there's only a 40 health difference, she's already taking way less. Also, she has double his magic score, so she also takes less from magic attacks. We'll probably let this encounter go. Fun. So our goal here is just to collect items as we see them. We haven't fought the giant slugs, so I suppose we can. We'll use deadly fingertips on one of these enemies randomly. Let's see what the clone rune does. Don't have any unite attacks, which is a bit disappointing. It is what it is. We should get a one-shot kill here. More often than not, the protagonist will just instantly kill enemies. Case in point. 194. But it made him dizzy. So that's the downside of the clone rune. He's unbalanced, so he's not able to actually take an action next turn. However, if we're just gonna one-turn everything anyway, it's not a bad usage. Antitoxin acquired. I think an enemy poisons us here. 2,000 bits acquired. Nice. Yeah, we don't need to fight anything anymore. Chat, mission accomplished. We're good. So our goal is just to reach the top of this area. And we will be taking our time to get every item that we do happen to see. As for reasons that will be a bit more clear later, we'll not be able to get back here as easily. And by as easily, I mean at all, at least this specific area. Pointed hat. Sure. Just make her even tankier? Why not? Oh, Viktor doesn't even have a headband? Nice. Viktor just got tankier by extension. Almost 100 armor. Kinda silly. Medicine acquired. Well, we have a lot of medicine for the upcoming boss. We're looking pretty good there. I might as well free will this one. Nice. Great crit. We'll take the 400 bits for free. I had a feeling I missed a chest over here. We got a power rune piece, so technically at this point in the game, if you felt like being ultimately cheesy, you could get infinite attack power now. Man, that thing had a lot of health. We'll take the free bits. Getting it to 20,000 might actually be a good milestone for us. We'll see. Sure. We'll get into another fight. Why not? That is a lot of damage. Okay, free kill. We'll take that, right, chat? So no random items from them, unfortunately. We're at a save point. You know what that means, chat? Time to see if I could get away without healing in this boss fight. We are pretty tanky. Our front line has double wing boots. We give some hand-me-down to Viktor. Viktor's defense is insanely high. He has more health than every other character. If anybody happens to die here, it doesn't really matter. I don't really care if they get XP or not, because it's very easy to level up to the required XP amount. As you can see, like, eventually the characters that are underleveled will catch up anyway. Nice. Wind crystal acquired. Okay. I don't really have a use of that now, but I suppose in the future I could use it, maybe. How do I get to that one? Encounter rate, please. Right, chat? Oh my gosh. Could you imagine if I couldn't run from every encounter? I would be going mad. So I'm able to go down here, but there's no way to go over? I'm feeling in the invisible wall. So this looks like a trick. How do I... Encounter rate, please, stop. How do I get there, then? Is it, like, here? I just rubbed too quickly? Or do I have to come from another angle? Yeah, because I'm trying to go to the right here, chat. Oh, now I can. I must have missed it by, like, a pixel. That was the first thing that I tried. AZ Crystal acquired. I remember that one being okay. Encounter rate, please. Well, anyway, at least we're getting a lot of runaways, because I need to have a lot, actually, for an upcoming area. Enemy marksmanship down. Just an okay passive. If you're not looking to use rune magic, it's another freebie. So now we're in the castle part of Castle Torin. We can technically call this place Castle Torin once we're done with it, but we'll see what the chat wants. Love all the boulders blocking our passage, so we can't use them yet. Oops. I'm gonna go this way. Let's just continue to ascend. There's no items here, I think. I think we collected everything. But in... Oh, wait, what? Oh, I got turned around, I think. My bad, chat. Oh, it wants us to go downwards. Oh, my bad. I thought we were going to the ceiling. My bad. It's fine. We don't have to visit the top floor of the castle. Looks like this one's the boss. So, just, you know, suddenly dragon chat. So this battle is a bit more challenging than some of the other ones. However, we are very, very leveled. We'll see how it goes. If Camille dies, it doesn't matter. Gremio could be a backup healer. Let's just go in with Dancing Flames. Zombie Dragon followed us from Valkyrie profile. Something like that, chat. At 890 damage is a big time save. Oh, Viktor critting? Gremio critting. Wow, that's a big time save, actually. So this is why this battle's kind of difficult. As you can see, Taiho is almost dead. Do you like that, chat? Cleo's almost dead. Oh, no, Cleo's not. Cleo's fine, never mind. So anybody with terrible magic resistance will die basically instantly. So if Taiho dies, I don't really care, chat. Spoilers. We should be fine. It's probably going to take us at least 4 turns, but we'll see. The crits help. Viktor dodging like a god. Thank you, Richter. What a god, chat. Again, we have the guard robe on, so we're getting enhanced magic damage, and it's weak to fire, so it's taking a ton of damage. Crit with Viktor, nice. Fight should be almost over. That crit saves a lot of time. Say goodbye to Taiho, chat. I'm not healing him. Oh no, chat. Gremio fell. What a shame. Anyway, we're just gonna keep attacking. Spoilers, chat. Listen, if Cleo needs to carry us to the finish line, it's fine. Oh, they were one attack from getting XP. What a shame. Anyway, let's enjoy the XP. You did it, Camille. You survived. Dead. Got him, chat. 2,000 bits? Nice. See that, chat? We don't need medicine. Get out of here. Just go to the Great Forest once. You don't even need to heal. That's what you get for acting big even after you're dead. But what a line. Look, the fog. Looks like this one was creating the fog. There, now the castle's ours. How about giving it a name? Good idea. How about Dragon Castle? How about White Castle? No, I'm sorry. I think we would get sued if we called it that. We should definitely call it Tear Castle. What name do you like, young master? Ooh. I can't think of any real good names for it offhand. Call it Duckburg? Does that even fit? I'm just curious about the amount of letters. Maybe? Yeah, it does fit. Well, we'll call it Duckburg. It's now official. Flamientos. Home of the Quack, chat. Duckburg Castle? Very nice. Let's go with that name. Very slick, Gremio. Vania Castle? Maybe. Unfortunately, chat delay, I didn't see it until after I'd entered it. Congratulations, Commander Tyr. Let's designate this day the New Liberation Army's founding day. Great idea. Let's have a banquet tonight. Hey, wait, what about my money? Don't be a bore, young lady. We'll think about that later. It's been a long time, Tyr. Oh no, Valkyrie profile, you've returned. Oh no, chat, I almost said Lenneth. You've finally chosen your own path. I have brought you some gifts. One of them is this. Please accept it. This is the stone tablet of promise. Your true power comes from colleagues with whom you share your ideals. So go and find fellow soldiers in arms. The names of your new friends will be carved into the tablet. This will help you keep track of the many, many characters you need to recruit before the end of the game for the better ending. The other gift is... Been a while, eh? Remember me? I'm Luke, Lady Leknet's #1 apprentice. His power should be of use to the Liberation Army. I know, we haven't dealt with the pesky Light Elves. But soon, chat. Soon we potentially will be dealing with elves. Or at least rumors of elves, given what we saw earlier in the Great Forest. Tyr, history has only just begun to move. Keep your spirits high. Let us meet again someday. I mean, you could just stay... Oh. And so I'll be joining you. Hope you don't mind. Luke is actually really good. He has amazing access to magic early on. However, his melee is garbage. I'm absolutely sure that Lady Leknet just got rid of a troublesome burden. Yeah, I guess so. Could we get her instead? I know, Chad, we got robbed. Commander Tyr, the vessel is now in our possession. What the heck does that mean? Now it is time to find some recruits. In other words, recruit fellow comrades in arms. Matthew, we just went through this, we know that. A fellow by the name of Lepant lives in Kwan. Let's recruit him, he's sure to be useful. Okay, we saw where that is. However... Also, chat, I apologize. This music is kind of repetitive. You will be hearing this a long time. I'm apologizing ahead of time. I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is such a short loop. Good morning, young master. Did you sleep well? It's not much of a place, but home is where the heart is. When you're ready, let's go to Master Matthew's place. We must consult him regarding this fellow Lepant. Master Tyr's thinking about Tio. Yeah, let's talk to this character. What do you want? Now, chat, if we want to, we could see that there are designated stars for every character. If, for whatever reason, we kill off said character, we will not be able to recruit them, and their star will darken. So we will try our best not to have any character die. But we'll see. There's going to be some complications to that. If we want to learn more about the characters, we can look at their individual profiles here, which is kind of interesting. Interestingly, you might notice we don't have Pawn with us here, even though he was in the party briefly. But yeah, so we'll leave the stone plate. Hey, Try, hope you're doing well. It's not as obnoxious as the jazz. We'll see how you feel about it after about an hour. So we get to see some pretty nice areas at the castle. Oh, it won't let us leave. Young master, that's not the way to Master Matthew's room. Okay, let's talk to him then, since the plot won't allow us to go further. Good morning, Commander Tyr. Did you get a good night's sleep? Let's get right down to business. Chat, my brain goes to defeat the Huns every time. Every time. And if it's even vaguely close to that line, the autocomplete is real. The Pont is the township of The Pont is in the township of Kuan. He's a man who honors friendship. PC's messing with me after a cable change. Sorry to hear that, Try. Hopefully, you continue to catch up on sleep as needed. You tell him that you come with my introduction. He's sure to join up with you. Hey, Tyr, you're taking me along, of course, right? Master Tyr, I'll come along too. Who else will you take, Commander Tyr? So, I love that we have admit to party or eject from party. We'll be admitting somebody to the party. So we can actually play with Yamku, which I guess we could do. Oh, Gremio's forced in the party. So we'll take a look at Luke. Look at Luke's skills, chat. Oh my gosh, look at that magic score. Look at that godly magic score. What a beast. We're gonna add him to the party. We'll also bring Yamku along for now. I mostly want to rearrange our runes a little bit. So, like, Luke's wind magic is okay. But what if he had Cleo's fire rune? Yeah, he's really, really, really solid. It's just kind of hard to say no to him most of the time. I mean, technically we could leave Cleo in the party as well. Her fire magic is pretty silly. We'll keep it like this for now. We haven't seen Yamku. Yamku has a tag team ability with Taiho, but we'll have to see that later. I figured we'd give some love to some of the other characters. Oh my gosh, this music though. You plan on paying what you owe me. Okay, chat, I am trying to remember the most important thing. How do I save? How do I save? It has been a while since I played. Where is the save point? I know you can save while you're in the base. It's very important I learn how to do this. Oh, I thought he acted as a save point. Okay. We gotta figure this out, chat. Somewhere I need to be able to save. You know what? I might need an innkeeper first. It's annoying. Okay. We'll have to come back. I refuse to advance the plot, though. You talk to the lady from the city. We have literally not left this building yet, so the answer is no. I mean, like, we've talked to her, but we can't recruit her. So we're gonna have to recruit her. That's unfortunate. Oh, Taiho's just in here. Oh, that's right, we can't do what... Oh, I can't even do what I want yet. I'm sorry, somebody else lets us do what I'm thinking of. We're not gonna worry about that right now. Yeah, I was thinking I needed an innkeeper. It's fine. I might need to come back with Taiho. I think I actually do need him for recruitment. I just want to have a general save. And then we're going to go on a recruiting frenzy. I don't think I can get the man that's on the bridge. He either wants us to have a high number of recruits or levels, and I know for a fact I don't have enough. So it's not worth talking to him. Either way, it's irrelevant. I'm just double checking I'm not missing anybody. And then I'm gonna check one other place while I'm here. Now, what's kind of sneaky is that some characters show up later. As in, like, you'll visit an area, they're not there. But if you come back much later in the game, somebody will be there. There's like 3 or 4 characters like that, and they're easy to miss, but not necessarily missable altogether. Anyway, this guy's saying he talked about the invention. Let's recruit him. What, you? You're the leader of the Liberation Army? Of course, I'll help you. A liberating invention needs a liberated world. The Sergei joined. Easy recruit. Yeah, I was just talking about... Oh, yes, I need to come back. Okay, we're gonna come back with Taiho. It's very, very important we deal with this character, but I'm not gonna do that until we have a save point. I guess I could get rid of Luke. Also, this NPC, what a god. What an absolute god. I can't get past him. Well, let's reset him real quick. Hold on. Sorry, Luke, I forgot. The other character I'm looking for is already here. So Jasper's very important. Not for his abilities in combat, but for what I can do to the money system in this game once we get him. I think I'm allowed to immediately get him. So I want to just take care of that now. And now that we have an elevator, things are a bit less annoying. Actually, I think I need to go to the 2nd floor. I don't think we'll be using too many Unite attacks through the game, with one exception. So, I'll try to show them off later, but for how I play, it's not going to be relevant for most of the game. Also, man, that emit to party has such a lag. Okay. I mean, I guess we could show off their Unite attack then. It's fine. Faster to take the elevator, I think. Okay, chat. Our only goal is to basically recruit characters. The plot is on hold for now. I want to empower ourselves as quickly as possible. So if I remembered that Jasper was technically here already, I would have been there first. I think he'll talk to us as long as we have everybody that we have with us now. But I'll find out the hard way if I remembered incorrectly. Now, I don't want to deal with him until on the way back. So we'll probably drop off Taiho and Yampu at some point. Well, just Taiho, I suppose. Anyway, let's talk to Jasper this time. Oh, why doesn't he want to talk to us? Oh, he doesn't want to talk to us yet. That's unfortunate. So he's there. He said we took away Taiho, but we have Taiho. Oh well. He'll talk to us at some point, Chad. It's not a big deal. We'll figure it out as we get there. Let me think where I want to go first. I think I want to go up first. Then we'll go clockwise. Yeah, Jasper is so key for us breaking the game wide open, chat. It is, like, not even funny how broken that character is. Alright, so this guy says he wishes he had a place to be. But I think I need to talk to Marie first. Really? You own a castle now? Then let me join you. Of course I'm not a warrior, but I could give your soldiers a bowl of soup when they're tired. Please, Tyr. Let's recruit her. Good, then let me prepare to move. Marie joins. Let's talk to him this time. Can't recruit him yet. So sometimes we need our castle to be a certain level before they acknowledge us. He might be one of those characters. We'll check in on him from time to time. I don't really care who gets what, to be honest. Sure, we'll just assign a crystal at random. I don't really care. We'll figure it out, chat. It's not a big deal. I have notes for recruiting all the characters whenever I really feel desperate about it. But right now I know where all the missables are, and that's all that matters. Like, she won't join us yet. Oh, she will join us. Okay. I thought she'd be more snobbish about it. Let's be off to Duckburg Castle. Of course she knows where it is. So Anil is kind of like the hint system of the game. If you're not really sure where to go or what characters to get, I believe she will give you unique dialogue to give you hints. So I'd just like to show to the chat that there's nobody here yet. I just want you to see there's only 3 kids and nobody else. But we will return here later to recruit a certain character. That's all we could do for now. Unfortunately, we can't get the chef though. I think we just need more people. Okay, so I believe we can also get the storekeeper talking to Chandler, and this will be useful for later. It says, okay, leave it to me. I've got medicine, serum, anything you need. Recruit. Okay. Okay, let's go have a look at this castle of yours. So if we need to buy medicines, we now have a place within our castle that's capable of doing so. We're gonna have to come back for Antonio. So we could check out the Great Forest real quick, I suppose. And since we're so over-leveled, might as well just do a Unite attack. Why not? Fisherman attack on the Beast Commander. Who cares? Oh no, you did 1 damage. Oh, they crisscrossed her and they unbalanced each other. It's not a really great Unite attack. Like, think of it this way. Gremio plus Pawn had a double hit that didn't unbalance. I don't know if the damage they deal really justifies it. Personally, at the moment, I'm gonna say no. It's too far over. I'm gonna say I should remember this. I mean, I suppose I could talk to the old man on the bridge, but he'll say something along the lines of, we're not ready yet. Let's talk to you real quick. You, member of the Liberation Army? Our boss Mace used to say, a sound body is the same as a sound mind. The world is twisted. So are people's minds. Please let me join the Liberation Army so I can help straighten out people's minds. Chad, if you do not recruit this character, he locks you out of so many future recruits. It's almost not even funny. So do not forget to get this character in particular. It is so bad. And they are hard missable too, by the way, Chad. I would just like to point out. Okay, Moss has joined. We can still upgrade our equipment if we really want to. Spoilers, I don't really care about their weapons. However, I believe the spa guy was here. What? I'm Sanosuke, an expert at baths. Recruit. Join you, sure, I'll come along. So we are beefing up the castle by quite a few people. Whack indeed, chat. This is for you. Please do not go that way. Oh, he bans us from the upstairs. What a shame. I think that's about all we could technically recruit. I'm trying to remember if there's somebody I missed. I feel like the answer to that is no. We'll do a quick save here. And what we're gonna do is we are actually gonna return to the castle, just so you can see what we've been collecting. I don't want to leave you in suspense. Normally, I would not go back to the castle at this rate. But we also have, like, Yamku and Taiho. I don't really need both of them. Oh no, Chad. What a difficult encounter that we are facing. If only we had a character that could instantly defeat this encounter. Surely, then we would be able to win. Oh, look at that, Chad. We instantly win the encounter. Yeah, I just want to show you the experience again, just so you can roll your eyes. Look at Yamku, chat. There we go. He just became a lot more usable. We'll get into one more Kobold fight and we'll leave. Oh, weak enemy encounter. Boo. Bad enemy encounter. I want the 6 Kobolds. I don't want the single Kobold. Sorry, Antos, we're murdering all the Kobolds. They stand no chance against this nonsense. In fact, they give us so much money, it's just worth resting as we leave, just to get our rune uses back. So already, he's becoming a lot more useful. Taiho's okay. Taiho's defense is really garbage compared to some of the other characters, so he's very prone to getting exploded. I'm gonna let them go. As I said before, I just want one Kobold times 6, and we'll leave. I tried running. It's like not really worth fighting. Okay. Come on, just let me leave. There we go. I think luck also influences the ability to escape. I think we talked about before, it does many things. Ollie boy, eventually we need to fight those. Not right now, though. Game, please. All we need is Kobold, Chad. That's all we need. Just one more Kobold, and then I'm good. Then we can just switch out. Roll your eyes, Chad. We're getting trolled. Yeah, Kobolds are just worth so much more XP than the other fights. Like, that Holly Boy fight is absolutely not worth it. Unless I'm going for their drops. But I'm not going for their drops. Okay, fine. I'll take what I can. Oh, I meant to target the other one. Whoops. Oh, we still got the kill. I guess it didn't matter. I mostly just wanted to make sure that Yamku was slightly more leveled, so this is probably good. I'll still do one more fight, though. Whatever, we're just gonna free will him. Okay, let's go rest at the end. Good enough, chat. I believe their levels do matter to some extent for some of the later, we'll call them mini-games. So it will make things slightly easier on me, because their attack score is considered for something later in the game. But right now, we don't really need it. Okay. So... Actually, how are we doing money-wise? Oh, we're doing excellent money-wise. Oh, I can afford to blow some on the blacksmith then. Fine. Fine. We'll level Yamku. Sure. The Getsu Spear, he does more damage. Not really needed at all. I probably could have left him at base. In fact, I don't even think you need to bring other people. This team is just so powerful by itself. But it is what it is. So, I don't think there's anywhere I'm missing that I can recruit people from. But we're just going to advance the plot a little bit. As I said before, we need to run from a certain number of encounters. And the game is making sure that I'm going to have that by the time that that actually is relevant. Oh my gosh, the encounter rate. Please stop. Like, come on, chat. What is that? Well, I needed to escape 50 encounters. I feel like I'm at least 30. I'm going to assume I'm at 30. Oh, we can talk to this guy since we're here. Let's see what he says specifically. No, I'm not criticizing it. Nevertheless, what will Tia think? Alright, all Kai will join you. The Master Stick Fighter is as good as 100 men. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, did I level too much? I leveled too much, chat. Oops. I'm not supposed to get him this early. Oops. My bad. It must have been a level requirement. Well, that makes the world easier. Well, welcome to cheese, chat. We're getting delicious, delicious cheese. You were not supposed to get that character that quickly. Not from what I recall. Unless I'm thinking of another guy at a bridge. But I don't think I am. Okay, well, I guess we'll just return back. Helps have all the power connectors connected to GPU. Ouch. Well, at least you figured out the problem. So we might as well just bring Stick Fighter McGee over Young. Because honestly, I don't really care about the fishermen that much. They're pretty mediocre. So we'll have Luke and then the Stickmaster, and that team is basically GG easy. Like, just, I don't know what they could do about it. If anything, I wish we could get rid of Gremio, but he's required at the moment. How unfortunate, chat. One day we'll have free selection over all of our characters. Yeah, we're gonna play with the cheesiest of cheese. I hope you're ready for it, chat. Anyway, let's see what the castle looks like now that people have moved in. Also, I'm so sorry about the music loop. So, if we go in the basement... So, chat, I don't want to do it. I will acknowledge this. This game is pretty buggy. In the future, we will get the ability to teleport to places we've been to before, and the character stands roughly around here. So, the game is coded that the character is not there, but the dialogue option is. So if I face the exact spot where they are and hit confirm, I can actually use them even though they're not in the party, and before I even get the item in order to teleport. I could teleport right now if I really want to. We will not be doing that. I will state that I am aware of that, and it's very silly that that exists. So we will try not to break the game that hard. Do you know what I mean, chat? That just means it feels kind of mean. I've heard that the protector of Shazerahard, whose name is Sonya, is very beautiful. You suppose she's better looking than me? Yeah. Yeah, like, the teleporter character does not come into play for quite some time. But, it's really weird. Like, I think there's one more requirement. I think for whatever reason, Cleo has to be in the 6th party slot. And for some reason, that will unlock the dialogue option. I don't really know why. But hey, chat, here's an optional mechanic where I can finally get rid of some of the items we have. What's happening? Want to take a bath? You'll feel refreshed. Take a bath, chat. We could go in with our current party. I love the music just echoes. It never ends, chat. So if you're wondering what all the antiques were for, we could just place them very creepily around the room. Yeah, let's have the haunted-looking room on the right here. And we'll put the somewhat normal-looking urns at the other side. Now, if you get certain combinations of antiques, you will get special cutscenes. But anyway, let's just get rid of that from our inventory. Is there anything we wanted from these two at all? Did they have anything I wanted? Just the medicine 6. Honestly, I don't really care. They can keep that. Don't care. That is certainly a thing, chat. We gotta eject them from the party, chat. So long, farewell, you will not be missed. Don't care about the Hazy Rune at all. But we'll give it to him in case we're forced to use him in the future. So, interestingly, we can bring Sergei into the party. His stats are absolutely terrible. So, yeah, we're not doing that. We could play Sanosuke, whose stats are even worse. He's only level 1, chat. So if you do want to level up these characters, you got your work cut out for you. You can also play with Moss, who actually has interestingly high level for a recruited character. I mean, 18 is pretty high. I'm kind of surprised about that, to be honest. Skill-wise, he's okay. He's got, like, mediocre magic score, but good magic spell growth, at least. Luke's broken. We're putting him in the party. And then here we go, chat. We have one of the dumbest characters. Oh, man. You'll understand why this character is stupid in a moment. The moment this character enters combat, it's basically GG. So you see Gremio, chat. Gremio does not belong in the front row. Just put him in the back. In fact, we'll put Cleo in the corner, too. So Kai has a very interesting combined united attack with the protagonist, and it is really strong. He also comes with karate uniform, which is kind of unfair. Interestingly, Luke comes with a guard robe and a speed ring. Oh, he can't wear the wing boots, though. What a shame. Nobody can wear the necklace, yet he has it. Interesting. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. That's just a downgrade for everybody. I could just sell that at this point. I cannot wait till I can get rid of items in my inventory. You have no idea, chat. This is fine. Yeah, I guess this is good for now. We'll go downstairs. I guess since we're here and I have money... Also, chat, Kai has a level 8 weapon to start with for some reason. That also seems kind of unfair. Luke's weapon is not worth upgrading, other than just to showcase it. And since I don't really care, we'll upgrade it. It does, like, no damage. Fun. This is just more to show off the weapon than anything else. I only care in increments of 10,000 what our cash total is, if chat is curious. think I need anything else here. Yeah, we're good for now. Nice. Easy save. Okay. I think we're done here for now. So certain characters will enhance the functionality of the castle. It's kind of nice to return to it every now and then. If we get enough people, the castle itself will get a full upgrade. And some characters are very snobbish and do not want to join unless we have room for them. So it's possible the restaurant guy doesn't want to join because we don't have a space for him, technically. Like, even though it looks like we do, we technically don't. Anyway, we're looking for Jupo. That's going to take quite a while to do. I'm going to talk to Gasper one more time, and if not, we'll just come back later. It's not a big deal. Yeah, he still doesn't want to talk to us. That's a shame. We're eventually going to have to challenge him to a gamble off. But for now, we can't do anything. What do you think about this? Still have enough money to technically get an upgrade if I really want it. Most of these are not really worth it, to be honest. I could give Guard Robe to Gremio, but that's kind of pointless. I'll give Kai the balloon defense. I don't really care about his overall defense. I just feel like that's sometimes useful. We're ignoring most of the enemies that would do that. The flying squirrels, I believe, can put balloon on your head. They're actually kind of annoying, to be honest. So we should be good to go. We technically have a healing character with Luke. Do I even want to power level him? Not really. I think we're fine as is. I just want to showcase one thing, chat. Watch this nonsense, by the way. Absolutely unfair. Absolutely unfair how powerful that is. I don't know what they were thinking. That character is like one of the best characters in the game. Yeah, I literally just get to one-shot the entire encounter. It's just like, I'm just like, wow. You get it so early, too. Yeah, that's why when you play, like, the Fisherman, it's so disappointing to play them when you have those characters available. Like, why would you ever do that normally? I don't think... Okay, Lapon is refusing to see people. New commander seems pretty. Were they talking about Sonya there? Oh, this is the character we haven't talked to. Lorelai says, "Who are you? The Liberation Army, eh? Recruit?" Let's see what she says. Gee, I don't know. Forget it. I don't hang around with weaklings. Oh, she's the level up based character. So we're not high enough level to recruit her. So we're gonna have to remember that. I think we might need to be either, I want to say 25 or 30. I'll double check between streams. We have Kryn going on here. Going to Lapon's mansion. Forget it, you're wasting your time. Won't stop you from going, of course, so go ahead. I have a better idea, though. Hee 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 hee. We'll ignore him for now. Just want to see if they have any other interesting items while we're here. Really? Oh, that magic bonus, though. Wait a minute. To Luke. Oh, but that costs so much money. Oh, I'll do it, though. I'll risk it. I can make up that money. Luke having higher magic is just silly. Can he unequip the speed rank? Oh, he can. It's not a big deal. I'll just equip it on myself then. It's not a big deal. Unfortunately, such is life. Wow, I can use so many spells with the protagonist, yet I can't. Kinda depressing. I could also just give it to Kai for defense in general. It's actually not a terrible idea, because his armor is kind of bad. It's fine. Just making sure we didn't miss anybody, so I think that's all we could do for now. Talk to this guy. Giovanni says, I'm sorry, but my master Lupin is very busy and cannot see you. When will he be free? I don't know, tomorrow perhaps, or the day after, or in a month, or even a year. I don't blame you try, it's pretty solid. It's not as good as runes are, but it's good for casual clear. You went to Lupin's mansion? You guys would never get in, even if you spent years in front of his house. I have a much better plan. Care to hear me out? You'll get to meet Lupin. Tell me what you have in mind, I can't trust you. Well, let's talk to him. Good. This is not the place. Let's go to the inn. Aren't we in the inn? Or is he just... Oh, it just means... Let's just take like 10 steps over to the left there. Okay. Okay, we got it. So, chat. I'm gonna let you know. Coming up is one of my least favorite dungeons in the game. And you'll find out why very soon. This also can waste a lot of time if I am unlucky. If I am lucky, we'll end up getting a lot of items before it lets us leave. And that will make more sense as we get into it. Let's hear what you have to say. Don't rush me now. Do you know why Lupin won't see anyone? Why? He doesn't want to get involved with guys like you who defy the Empire. That's why he refuses visitors. But why? That's not like what Matthew told us about him. I don't know anything about that. Anyway, let's get down to details. Lupin treasures two things above all else. One is his wife Eileen, the other is his great sword, the Korinji. So if you steal it, Lupin will most certainly come after you. Then, after you face him, you could talk to him, or blackmail him, or whatever you like. Understand? What a trustworthy character we're talking to, chat. I see, so how do we steal the Korinji? Just leave that to me. Wait here a while, then come on over to Lupin's house. I'll see you later. Yeah, we literally walked a few steps. Are we pretending to be thieves now? How pathetic. Oh, Gremio, we've stolen so many things. We're not pretending anymore. Who's pretending? Exactly, Victor. We are thieves. Exactly. Thank you, Victor. He knows. He knows what party he's in. It's about time we get going. You could tell it's nighttime by the sound effects and not the actual outside looking darker. So technically, we could grind to get Lorelei. Spoilers, I don't think I ever use her. Like, by the time I'm the right level to get her, it's just like... I just have better characters. Talk to Giovanni again. That's enough, please leave. Here you are, wait just a moment. If anything, this is a step up for us. It's true, we have done much worse than thieving. There you go, now you can get in. Aren't you coming? My job is done, now it's your turn. I'll be waiting here. Oh boy, chat. I hope you're ready for the gimmick at this place. So for people that haven't played the game, what do they think is the gimmick of this upcoming dungeon? Right now we're stealthily going by in the rafters. Oh, we got free shoulder pads. Nice. That's actually pretty tanky now. Kind of fortunate. Okay. We managed to get into the storeroom. I love that there's just two chests here. Let's talk to this guy. Immediately get attacked. Of course there's robot soldiers, chat. But anyway, let's unite attack and then yada yada yada. Just win. Who cares? It's fine. Hopefully this should kill them. Ooh, they're actually tough enough to survive it. I should have used the firestorm then. The master counterattacking like a god. Look at him counterattacking. What a god. What an absolute god, chat. Well, then I'll just have the frontline defend. Who cares? Stealth minigames, robots. Anyway, it's pretty cheesy. It's pretty solid if you don't have rune users. So I'm not getting a lot of XP from this since we're already power level. But if we weren't level 20, it's pretty good. Speaking of which, Luke is about to get a lot better. Luke is about to get way better. You can already see he has 20 more magic than Cleo. And Cleo has quite a bit boosting her magic. Let's talk to Rock here.
Hi there. Me? As you see, I'm just a warehouse guard. Are you people from the Liberation Army? I see. Mind if I ask you something? Is the Liberation Army's vault big? What, you don't have one yet? But do you plan to build a big one? Oh, I see, I see. Master Tier, I was hoping to join the Liberation Army for quite some time. Please let me join. Let's recruit him. Thank you so much. Let's go and build a big one.
Okay, chat. You technically do not have to recruit this character, and it is a total mistake to do so. He allows us to finally deposit all of our spare items into one place. That is so useful for transferring gear and putting away situational items. We'll be using him very shortly. Medicine acquired, don't care about that. 700 bits. We're not that poor, who cares about that? I think of interest in this room. Except Slot Man. Duh, chat. Of course we had to fear the Slot Man. I was gonna say, are we sure we want LaPont in the army? Is there something not quite right with him, chat? Well, we got more money from that, I suppose. I know. There is no warning how weird this place is. No warning at all. Okay, we can at least flee Slot Man. So, we have like a mini game of sorts. We could just fight everything. I don't know if there's actually a downside. Let's see if there's a downside. Like if I do this. Ah, there is a downside. Oh, my bad. I think I need to do this then. I was just too far over, chat. How dare you random encounter me while I'm trying to move stealthily? Oh, that is so annoying. If you're wondering what happened there, chat, remember how I said when you bump a wall, you change directions? It made me bump a wall. Man, this is annoying, but this isn't what I'm talking about is what's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna try really hard not to bump a wall here. It's so stupid that that's a thing, by the way. Anyway, let's get this item. Counter crystal acquired. It could be useful on Viktor, maybe. But chat, this is not the annoying gimmick. If you could somehow believe it, that's not what I'm talking about. Hey, with the speed rune piece, you technically could now have infinite speed on any character, so you could just cap out at this level. Oh boy, chat. I really am curious what people think is at the end of this. I know Try knows what's at the end of this. Or at least I'm assuming he remembers. It's kind of one of those things where you're like, what is going on when you play this game? Like, I feel like I made a terrible mistake. Fire Rune Piece, I think, adds a 5% to damage. And we might end up putting that on the protagonist. Leather Armor. Isn't that, like, really bad? Oh. It is actually not worth using, because if I get rid of Tier... Well, Tier could technically use it right now. Fine. I don't need to do anything with that. We'll put that in storage for later. Medicine, that's fine. Yo, Chai remembers. Oh, man. White paint acquired. What an interesting item to attain. Oh my gosh, stop it with the encounter rate. Clockwork Mansion, something like that, chat. Jupa says, my god, you scared me. Who are you, fellow thieves? How do you do? That name seems very familiar, chat. Who are you? Me? I'm Jupo the Trickster. Who are you? Trickster. Did you make this contraption? That's right, that's right. Do you like it? You must be kidding. Hey, you, turn that infernal contraction off right now. That may be a bit difficult. The dolls I can shut off, but the big one, impossible. Don't enjoy it, soldiers of the Liberation Army. Well, that's ominous. We haven't seen what he's talking about. But, oh boy, chat. Are you ready for another RNG dungeon? Oh, this dungeon is horrible. So, I have to spin to win. Now, the items from this place are actually quite good. They are actually worth doing. Possibly worth coming back for. The mystery spot is also pretty good. If we're lucky, we get the items over some of the other things. So we got a treasure. Medicine acquired. I want the mystery space before we leave. We got ducked. We might be here a while, chat. Strap in. Oh, we can't let go of the encounter. That's a shame. I mean, I could just Firestorm. I have so many Firestorms. Again, Cleo's pretty strong. Thanks to the guard robe, it really pumps up her damage. And now with the Unite attack, this should just be an insta-kill. So unfair. I know, finally some competition. Nice, I leveled a little bit. Luke is gonna level even more, which is nice. Cleo leveled, which is kind of unfair. The way I view that is that we get 1,500 every time we get a forced encounter. Plus 10 experience. Technically, you could use this to level once we're at the camp. But I want the mystery space. It might take a while to get, chat. Another treasure. I think it mostly just gives us medicines, but the mystery space is usually worth it. If I remember correctly, we get a really good item from it. But anyway, we're gonna be here a while. More XP, I guess. But as you can see, unless we go to True North, I am not allowed to even leave. So right now, I'm not wasting your time. This is mandatory. Now I'm wasting your time. So I don't really want to leave yet. I want that mystery space, then we can leave, chat. Fortunately, leaving is easy. Just continuing further is harder. Come on. Nice, we got the mystery space. Dragon Seal Incense Inquired. Recovers all personnel hit points slightly. So we just got an AoE heal. It could be one of several things from what I recall. I just wanted to showcase that. I'm ready to go now, though. We'll see if the game lets us leave. Oh, we almost got the exit. Oh no, we did get the exit. Wait a minute. Wait, you can actually roll the exit? I didn't know that was a thing. We almost got the exit there. Rip 10 experience points, I guess. We have way too many medicines. This is so unfortunate. You can see why I was trying to get rid of items earlier, chat. I knew that this dungeon was coming and I would end up with like 5 million medicines. I mean, so far we've gained a lot of experience. However, I would now like to progress. I believe you can also get things like luck pieces from the question mark. So for example, you could just increase your luck score to max. So it has some pretty good items if you could get it consistently. But as you can see, we're not having a lot of luck here. Nice. Okay, we're out of here. I'm not going to spin anymore, chat. If you really want to, you could get more items there. I think we've seen enough, though. So we have 1,000,000 healing items. Look at that, chat. So many medicines. There's no way we will game over. All that for the sword, chat. This must be the Korinji. A remarkable piece of work. Obtained the great sword, Korinji. Leo, let's get going. Don't be such a chicken, Gremio. We can't have the McDowell Scion getting captured as a common thief. Speaking of which... Can I see key items in this game? I don't think I can. I'm used to some of the other games where you can review them. I don't think we can do that, unfortunately. So we're gonna rest up and see how many spells Luke can use. The Shredding is actually a pretty good spell. It is a damaging spell. But ideally, we'll sub him out for something else later. But yeah, chat, I don't know why this is here. I guess because Jupo the Trickster is there, I guess. You're not allowed to just walk out the front door. How easy that would have been, chat. Okay, so they are disabled. That's easy enough. So I guess he did turn off the random encounters because we complained to him. I suppose that makes sense. You're late, you're late. Did you get it? Good work, let's go back to the inn. Yes, loudly do we plan in the inn with no doors. You did well. I stuck in there once myself, but some kind of weird doll appeared and I ran off without taking anything. You knew, yet you still made me go. No harm done. Anyway. You must be tired. How about some tea? Uh-oh, chat. Not the tea. It is good we don't have to spin for freedom. Tea? Tea? Did you just say tea? Come, take a break. Kryn. What is it, tea? You go ahead and drink it first. Oh no, you go ahead. I didn't work and I'm not tired. That figures. Think we're stupid enough to fall for such an old trick. Yes, chat. Yes, they are. You did once before. Cleo calling him out. What a scoundrel. LePont. I can't tell if that's armor or super muscles, but LePont is ripped, chat. Look at him. Come on out, you thieves, or you'll be sorry. That was quick. He's already found us out. I told him where you were so you'd get captured in your sleep. Let's go. Are you the one who stole Korinji, my family's treasure? Return it immediately or I'll... Matthew recommended you. We'll go with this option. What, Matthew? If Matthew's involved, I'd like to help you. But there are certain things I cannot give up, so please, return Korinji and be on your way. We need your help, I understand. No, we need your help. We're not returning your sword, bro. I'm sorry, but when I think about how my wife will miss me, I can't. We need your help. My life belonged to myself alone. I'd gladly help you, but such is not the case. We need your help. I'm sorry. I can't give up this life right now. For my wife's sake. Okay, we'll stop messing with them. All that chat. We got the sword, immediately gave it up, didn't recruit him. Thank you. I'll be on my way then. Giovanni says, Master! What's the matter, Giovanni? Madame. What about Eileen? The new military commander took her away. I tried to stop him, but... What? Anyway. We're just gonna stay the night, it's fine. Listen, we're not in a rush. I love we just immediately passed out. Like, the drama music's playing, and we're like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, hit the hay. I think we're done. Shake your head, chat. Anyway, so look at now use 2 healing winds, and he's got 3 shreddings. Leo only has 1 dancing flames, which is unfortunate. Master LePont, what shall we do? Well, chat, sucks to be him. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine though if we did leave? Oh, his residence is locked. For what reason did you arrest my wife? Let me see this new commander of yours. You cannot see Commander Crazy without an appointment. What? Wow, he straight up just killed those guards? Chat, he doesn't mess around. We don't have anything to identify. Anyway, we have like 5 million medicine. I'll be fine. Who the hell are you? Are you aware this is the Crazy residence, you dog? Shut up, you common criminal. Killing spree. Well, let's go in here first. What a rune piece? Sure. So we could get life regen on a character. Not super useful. This is quite a large number of opponents, even for me. Hey you there, you've come just in time. Lend me a hand. The pawn will join the party, reduce membership by 1. Aw, man. Whatever. We'll get rid of Kai for now. It's fine. We'll go recruit him later. Spawn joins the party. I'll tell you why it doesn't matter, chat. It's over in one move anyway. Oh, Cleo, you're so OP. He did erase them, chat. He erased them good. Luke getting to level is kind of nice. He's now 19. Nice. The pawn is under level compared to us. I don't know how he killed those people so easily. This terrible level. Anyway, we'll put him in the front. Brass armor, if I remember, is kind of terrible. We could just give him the armor we had before. Oh wait, it was on the other guy. Oops, forgot to think ahead on that one. Oh well. Anyway. I think this is an item room, right? Yeah. Antique acquired, yeah. Robin Antiques. What I like to see, chat. You again, Tyr. Thanks to you, I've been reassigned to this miserable country town. How dare you get in the way of my promotion, and now you're getting in the way of my pleasure. What a creep, chat. You're disgusting. Return Eileen immediately. I'll never forgive you. Oh no, chat. There's so many enemies. How will I deal with them? If only I had a character capable of dealing with a massive amount of characters. Anyway, we're wondering why we have Cleo in the party. With the fire rune. Think that explains itself there. Actually getting an okay experience from that. Luke with the classic 666 experience. Get a little extra bits there. That'll help for later. Eileen! LePont. That's far enough. Don't come any closer. I wouldn't want to hurt this beautiful lady. What a rogue. Rotten to the core. When I think I was taking orders from this creature. Say what you will. I have to protect myself. By the way, let me bring out an old friend of yours. Hey, come on out. Uh-oh, chat. Pawn. Pawn? Show those men. This is your chance to wipe the dirt off of General Tio's name. Pawn, you're not really gonna do as he says. Leo. Gremio. Young master. Pawn. I don't regret the decision I made that day, even now. That's right, Pawn. Yet my heart still aches. I want to follow my heart. Whether my heart is right or wrong will be judged by history. Pawn, what are you talking about? You're a pig in human skin. Take this. You seem to be hated by a lot of people. Now wait a minute, take it easy. Think of what will happen to your father, Tio, if anything happens to me. You're the one person I can't forgive. Get the hell out of here. So chat, we actually have a decision to make, and the plot doesn't really change that much, but you get to decide his fate, chat. If we answer, you're the one person I can't forgive, we straight up kill this character. If we tell him to get out of here, we will not see him for the rest of the game, but he lives on in shame. So you decide, chat, how do you want Commander Crazy to live out his life? Will it be bleeding out on the floor, or will it be somewhere where he'll never be accepted in society? Let chat think about it a little bit. If chat is curious, no, you can't recruit him. I know, the chat is now deeply contemplating. But definitely after this, I think we've gotten much further than I thought we would get. So I'm pretty happy with our progress overall today. I know, chat is on the fence. Poor chat. The good guy in me wants to take the high road, but I also crave violence. Well, we need an opinion on it either way, chat. Chat is chanting violence. Well, we're gonna tell him the one person I can't forgive. You don't really mean to help? Well, anyway, he's dead as hell. He didn't even have a boss battle, chat. We just straight up killed him. Thank you very much. The bot really wanted to help you for some time. Commander Tyr, it appears that I too am now a fugitive. That happens when you kill everybody, including the commander. We disappeared him, chat. I pretended to be blind to the Empire's cruelties just to protect my family. Look where it's gotten me. Eileen. Yes? You are no longer my wife. Well, why, Lapont? I am joining the Liberation Army. I probably won't be able to return. Eileen dots him. You're a cruel man. What do you take me for? If you come along, you'll suffer. I've been prepared for the worst ever since I married you. That sounds so terrible. That sounds so bad. I don't think that's supposed to be funny, but that is really funny. It's like saying, I've only expected the worst when I marry you. It's pretty much up there. Nothing good could come of the marriage, chat. I forgot about that line. Commander Tyr, please let me lend a hand. Or excuse me, let me lend the Liberation Army a hand. Font recruited. Thank you very much. The Pont really wanted to help you, blah blah blah. We need a bit of time to prepare, but we'll join you at Duckbird Castle very soon. Sucked upon. Young Master, I mean, Commander Tyr, please let me join the Liberation Army. I cannot ask to be forgiven, but even so, I'd like to be of service to you. I don't remember if this results in anything bad, so I'm not going to do that option. Let's get the recruit here. Pon, lend us a hand. Young Master, thank you so much. My life is in your hands, Commander Tyr. Pon joins. So Pon's a decent character to auto-attack with. He's got pretty high damage compared to some of the other characters. He's just a little slow. He's not as tanky as Viktor is. And honestly, when you're playing the game well, you don't even really need Viktor. Viktor's kind of like, if you really, really, really go underleveled, his health is just so high that he can kind of handle anything. Speaking of which, you know what's kind of weird about this is that we didn't get a cutscene for them, but I believe Jupo and Kryn are actually now recruited, even though we didn't get anything that told us they're recruited. Also, why are the robots back? What? Anyway, let's not deal with them. We're just checking out these doors real quick. Yeah, that was one of the ones that was really confusing to me, and I didn't realize we could technically get Meg. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll return to the castle, advance the plot slightly, and dump off all of our items, and we'll prepare for next time. But I don't otherwise want to interact with the plot more. We've done a lot today already. And unfortunately, it put Luke in the front line. Are you mad? The one time it doesn't put Gremio in the front, chat. Can we all roll our eyes? The one time. Whatever. Oh, sorry. I went too far. So yeah, we actually ended up with quite a few characters there. And speaking of which, Kryn actually has one of the bugged items in the game. I won't use him because his stats are terrible, his weapon is terrible, and he offers really nothing of redeeming quality. However, technically if you were to use him, he's a character that starts with an escape talisman. And you're like, why would that matter? Because that just lets you leave a dungeon and then it goes away, right? And then I'm like, what if I told you there are two characters in this game where their starting items cannot be used up, even though they should have been? Oops. So we'll be keeping one of the characters that has infinite escape talisman, as it will let me escape every dungeon. In fact, I should have used an escape talisman earlier. Oh well. It is what it is. I'll try to remember to do that going forward. Yeah, it's very silly. I definitely found out about the bugged item on one of the characters. I didn't realize Kryn was one of them. Oh hey, these two. It's been a long while, Tyr. No, stop it. You're giving me VP1 flashbacks again.
I guess we both managed to get by without getting caught. Why, Vargas, Sidonia? What are you two doing here? We heard some rumors about you and figured this would be a good chance to return the favor we owe you. We'd like to join the Liberation Army. Hey, Sidonia, you say something too. Hey there. Oh, well, by the way, I'd like to say hello to Lady Odessa. Oops. Oh, Odessa's gone north on a mission. Oh, she's gone north, all right, chat. Master Tyr's our leader while she's away. North? Oh well. In any case, congratulations, Tyr. Leader, eh? Very impressive. Do you want to learn about fringing, Lenneth? Exactly, chat. Commander Tyr, about holding a banquet to welcome LaPlante, Varkas, Sidonia, and all of our new friends. Let's do it. Now wait a... Great idea, Master Matthew. You agree, don't you, Tyr? Well then, I'll cook my best recipes. Oh, chat, we're getting forced into the plot. What a shame. Okay, well, we'll go a little further. What fun. Also, I'd like to point out that none of the optional recruits are here. We just kind of, we shafted them, chat. They don't even get food. Oh, what fun. Yum, the Imperial Army grub is really awful. What a fun crew you have here, Commander Tyr. You shouldn't eat so much. This is great. We were right to come here, Sidonia. I guess. We'll make Barry the plot commands it. What if I try leaving? Oh, oops. I'm sorry, I accidentally advanced the plot. My bad. I was doing that as a joke, and then I'm like, oh right, somebody does try to kill us. Here, I'll take that rune on your right hand. Give it to me. Oops. I think we could just defend. I don't think we actually have to win this fight. Find out in a moment, though. If it's not over on this turn, then I do have to fight. Yeah, they peaced out. I gained 1 experience. Thank you, game. Master Tyr, are you alright? You scoundrel! My bad, chat. I forgot about that dialogue. How dare you infiltrate the Liberation Army's headquarters? Hahaha, Liberation Army indeed. Do you really think you can defeat the Imperial forces? Fools. Say that again. Watch your back, Tyr. Any Wendy's always ready to destroy you. Yeah, the one time I do it as a joke, it actually advanced the plot. My bad. I thought that was the next time I did something that happened. Stand watch over Master Tyr. No, I'll protect him tonight. Stop this silly argument. Why don't you both just stand watch? Oh, I can apparently just go to bed and not talk to them. Oh well. Good morning, young master. It's another beautiful day outside. Fortunately, we didn't miss too much in terms of plot. Master Tyr's thinking about Tio. She always says that. Where's my food? Very Doki quote. Okay, let's talk to him for now. Change party members. Sure. Give the game a second. So I will say, if you put in Eileen with LaPlante, they're actually a pretty good combination of characters, right? Like, she's got a decent magic score, a long-range attack. LaPlante's damage is fairly high. It's not quite like Viktor territory. They have a Unite attack, from what I recall. But more importantly, she starts with the Earth Rune. So if you're looking for another magic user, she's just kind of like a perfect fit for you. But for now, I don't think we should touch any of our party members. Other than Jupo. Let's get Jupo right now. I'm just looking to see if there's any other characters we can recruit. And you can see we already have a lot of different party members. Interestingly, we can have Sidonia and Varkas. I think they're also okay as a Unite attack. The problem with them is they're both pretty terrible at magic. I'll do something like this for now. I'm going to leave an open space, which will make more sense later. About a practice match? Nah. So we can find all the people we recruited at various spots. So the music is not playing because there's supposed to be an event soon. I guess we'll just manually go down the stairs for now. I also want to get rid of a lot of items that are in our inventory because we have way too many things. Yeah, Eileen can fight and she is seriously, seriously nasty. Not like the best magician, but the Earth
The Earth Rune is really strong. At least late game it is. Let's go ahead and drop off all the defensive items. I'm never going to use them. Necklace can also technically go to Eileen. Don't need the Water Rune piece. Winged Boots are going to be very useful for us in the near future. I eventually want Pawn in the party, but I'm not going to get too hung up on it. Also, we have way too many medicines. I'm going to put away one of the weaker medicines. I'm going to put away the Escape Talisman. I think we're almost at the point where I don't need it, but I guess I should just hold it just in case. This is fun. Yeah, we're just in the eerie silence of cutscenes. So you can see, for example, chat, because we went to the other area, we could buy the Holy Crystals. We could get Water Crystals for the other characters. It's not too bad. So he'll continue to improve the shop as long as we continue to make progress, I suppose. Heard anything interesting lately? Okay, so she doesn't give us a hint as to what we should be doing next because of the fact that we are forced to do something next. Just get a hef for Sandonia. Not a man of many words, chat. I guess I can also talk to Viktor, because normally he's always in the party. Hey, Tyr, don't look so morose. You'll depress everyone. Always asking about her money. Don't worry, Camille. We could pay you off like tenfold very soon. Let's see. No music, but... Urkus goes, ugh. Uh-oh, Chad, he's got pointy ears. You're soaking wet. Don't tell me you swam all the way here. Let's take him inside. I wonder what happened. Seeing an elf is unusual enough in these parts, but one who swims all the way out here... There must be some reason. I know, chat, the pesky light elves. Gurgle, where am I? I must have survived. Are you all right? I heard through the wind and came. Please tell me, is the Liberation Army? Don't you worry, this is the Liberation Army's headquarters, Duckburg Castle. We'll purge them under the name of Freya. I don't know about that, chat. Thank God, I have a request. I must speak to your leader, Odessa. ... You can't see Odessa right now. Our present leader is Commander Tyr here. Commander Tyr, then, please help us. Help who? The great Imperial General Kawanda Roseman is planning to exterminate us elves. Oh, so he's related to Freya. Got it, chat. Got it. Please, please lend us the Liberation Army's power. Of course, but we'll say of course. Wait, Commander Tyr, our present forces don't amount to much. Even with the old Liberation Army survivors and Varkas' bandits, we still only amount to a few hundred men. It's not a good idea to mobilize our forces yet. But that will mean the elves will die. Of course, we can't allow that to happen. Our only strength is the hope that people see in us. That we must never betray. Therefore, I suggest that before all else, a small reconnaissance mission be sent out to gather intelligence. Our next step can wait. Thank you very much. I'll lead you to our village. Young master, no matter who says what, I'm going. Gremio forces his way into the party, which is kind of annoying, because as I said before, not a big fan of him. So I left a slot open on purpose for Kirkus, and I want to see if he's able to use the winged boots. Oh, he's not able to. I guess it's a female-only item. What a shame. So we're going to put away the winged boots then, since I don't really need them right now. So Kirkus by himself is not a particularly impressive character. However, we will be recruiting a couple of characters that pair extremely well with him and is borderline broken, and I will be using that the entire game, more or less. Like, it is gross how good it is, chat. Like, if you thought the Master Pupil combo was stupid, what if I told you I could do it with just 2 characters, and then I could also still have the Master Pupil combo? It's ridiculous, chat. I don't know why they think that's acceptable, but we'll take it. I know, Gremio is the worst right now. He is such a dead spot in our team. Yeah, he just doesn't have, like, the staying power as some of the other characters. If we look at the strength of Kirkus, he already starts with a maxed upgraded bow. Attack power 71, not really all that impressive. Magic skill of 52 is... it's okay. It's okay. And we have Jupo. So we'll be getting rid of Jupo soon. Let's talk to her now. Hey, did you know that beyond the Great Forest is the village of the elves? The forest village is southeast of Kawan. Yeah, so she'll just tell you where you need to go in case you forget. Like, you take breaks between games. So she's actually pretty useful. If you realize that's what her purpose is to give you hints. Although I realized when they were talking about Sonia, I think I said Sonia earlier, they're actually talking about Eileen. Whoops. My bad, chat. Our village lies beyond the great forest that you farm many kobolds at. Let us first head for the forest village. Yeah. We know how to find the forest village, right, chat? We're way ahead of you there. So anyway, we're gonna hold off on actually going there until later. But let's go ahead and recruit Meg. Uncle Jupo, I was looking for you. Why, it's Meg. What are you doing here? Oh my. I was hoping to learn some tricks from you. I didn't know you were a member of the Liberation Army. I'll join too. No, you mustn't. Why not? Hey, Mr. Tier, please let me join. Recruit. Hooray! Now I can learn all those tricks from Uncle Jupo. Who says I'll teach you? Lucky me. ... says Jupo. So we got another optional recruit, Meg. Unfortunately, we still cannot do anything with the cat. I promise you we could do something with the cat in the future. But right now, the cat is just free roaming. There's nothing we can do about it. Okay, let's see if Gasper wants to talk to us yet. We've advanced the plot slightly. How about a game boss? If you win, I'll join you.
This is getting interesting.
Uh-oh, hold on, chat. Hold on, wait a minute. I was gonna end the session right after recruiting Meg, but no. The session goes on. For those not aware, chat, I hope you're ready for the ultimate cheese. I hope you're ready for it, chat. It's gonna require a little bit of save scumming, but I promise you it'll be worth it. You will be rolling your eyes, and you'll understand why I'm going to be skipping almost every encounter from this point forward. Unless I literally can't let go. Okay, so in order to recruit him, we need to earn a total of about 5,000. We have 10,000. We're going all in. Yeah. No, we know how the game is played. How much am I betting? We only deal in absolutes, chat. We either win now or we don't win at all. Okay, now chat. If we're really lucky, he's gonna dummy roll right out of the bowl and we don't have to play. For some reason, his AI is more prone to throwing out of the cup from what I've noticed than Taiho. I have almost never seen Taiho throw out of the cup. In fact, I don't even recall if he can. Gaspar, however, can. So let's just pray, chat. Here we go, chat. Roll out of the cup, I dare you. I dare you. Oh, he actually rolled in the cup. And he got triples. Wow. Luck is a matter of timing. Come back sometime. Wow, we're soft resetting. Actually garbage luck. I actually got robbed, chat. Can we talk about that? That was actually robbery. I got quacked at. Fortunately, I don't need to hard reset the game. Since the save file is close enough there, it doesn't matter. That is so stupid. We got the worst luck right off the bat. See, if he had rolled anything else that wasn't a combination of triples, we would have been able to play the game. So unfortunately, you get to see that lovely loading screen and then that follow-up loading screen. Oh, I'm sure Ted is running on in the distance. Sure, Ted's just fine, chat. We'll meet up with him anytime. I was gonna say, the gambling minigame has caused more resets and return to start menu than actually dying at any point in this game. Oh my gosh, I gotta sit through the dialogue again. So we got crazy unlucky. Don't you dare roll triples, I swear. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. See, that, look how unfair that is. So one time he rolls, I lose everything. This time I don't even roll and I get double. I'm at 36,000 now, chat. You're a lucky one. A lucky man can do anything. I'll throw in my chips with you. Yes, Gasper. Luck. Anyway. we're gonna go back and talk to Casper, chat. We're not done with him. Yeah, I don't really want to play with Meg or Jupo. They're okay. They're characters that are great as like support magicians, but right now, this early in the game... Oh! So chat, the fact that we're seeing this means that the castle has upgraded. So it's now taller. So we might be able to get the other guy, Antonio. By the way. Also, I think the music is just gone. I don't know what happened to the music. Rest in peace, music. It's probably for the best, to be honest with you. So yep, it's a bigger place. So certain people that are looking for certain functionalities of the castle might be recruitable now. Alright, chat. Heads or tails? The 6 aces of dice. I may be a fool, but these things I get passionate about. I'm not done with you. How much am I betting? All of it. Alright, chat. We're going in. Alright, he didn't get any score. This is fine. If he gets no score, we also automatically win. 4, 5, 6. Wow. Bad luck. I'll continue to play for now, but if he wins again, I'm resetting. Oh, see, we're back to even. Ooh, bet all the winnings. Yeah, bet the winnings. Yeah, here it comes. Here comes, chat. He just needs to fail once. Oh, he 4, 5, 6 me. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, bad luck. Bad luck. Oh, the music got funky there. It's off reset. Are you okay? Didn't like that. He enabled the music again. We had the worst luck. So, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get the first time. I really wish we had recorded at least the gambling of that session. I kid you not, in 5 dice rolls, we capped out in money because he 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, rolled out a dice bowl, 1, 2, 3, and then triple one, if I remember correctly. It was like the most ridiculous string of things you have ever seen. But nope, we got denied. Yeah, he won, then he lost, and then he double won, and he literally took all our money. It's okay if he wins like a little bit. It's just that once we win once, we have to keep going. Like, there's no option. Oh no, the music's back. I'm so sorry, chat. So yeah, worst luck. Actually, the worst luck. As I said before, it's possible for... Okay, whatever. You paid double. We're gonna bet everything. Roll out of the cup, I dare you. Oh, it's happening! Chat, it's happening! Here it comes! Oh, hell yeah, we're betting all of our winnings. We're going all in, chat. I'm not leaving until we're max money. Oh, no score? It's fine, no score, chat. We're already at a bazillion cash. Oh, triple ones! It's happening! Oh, he's getting wrecked. He's getting wrecked. So technically, I have all the money I need for the next 3 sessions. But chat, we're gonna greet it. We're greeting it. We're betting it again. Let's go. Give me money. Roll out of the cup. 1, 2, 3 it again. Come on, 1, 2, 3. I believe in you. If you 1, 2, 3, we're done. I think we max money. Come on, 1, 2, 3. No score? You can no score all the way there too. It's fine. Just don't roll anything of value. Oh, he rolled a 4. Damn, chat, we have to play. Damn, I didn't want to play. Oh, I rolled out of the dice. Damn. Annoying. It's fine. It's not a big deal. We're just reset. We just reset. It's fine. It was bad luck, chat. It was actually bad luck. All right, so where can I roll? Okay, I can roll there without rolling out of the dice. So close. Yeah, we're gonna keep betting our money. We want him to 1, 2, 3 multiple times. Actually, this is good. So he automatically loses again. Chat saying they spent a lot of money buying some new armor, something like that. Oh, he 1, 2, 3. This is good. We're gonna keep going. He needs to 1, 2, 3 a couple times, and then we're done. Oh, chat. Oh, Butterfingers. Oh, thanks, Captain Butterfingers. 1, 2, 3 again, please. Yeah. Okay, chat. One more. I think we're maxed. If he 1-2-3s again, we're at max money. Please 1-2-3. Oh, he rolled a 6. Oh, that's gonna be like impossible to beat. Unless we get all triples, it's gonna be really hard. Damn, chat. We're one roll from winning everything. I don't think it's gonna happen though. Oh, he rolled a 6. We tied? Okay. You know what? Oh wait. Oh, it canceled it. I don't want to bet any. Hold on. We'll save our money then. Oh, he won't let me leave. Okay, I'm gonna save our money. I'm gonna save our money just because he forced us to draw. So annoying. I just want to leave. No, let me leave. Thank you. So we have a lot of money. Unfortunately, he drawed, so we couldn't get to max in one go. But hey, at least we get to say we have a lot of money here. So this will save me one less dice roll. I still need to get several in a row. He needs to 1-2-3 a few times in order for me to get more money. Otherwise, I have to win, like, instead of winning, like, 20 times, I can win in just, like, 7. Anyway. So we're going in, chat. 1-2-3 me. Oh, 1-1-1. What a great start. So we're off to a good start. If he 1-2-3s again, we're back to where we were. Yeah, he got nothing. That's fine. If he rolls out of the cup, it's also fine. 1-1-1s. What an amazing roll. If he 1-2-3s here, we're almost at max money. We got a 1. And that should be beatable, in theory. In theory. It is the worst score. I just have to not roll out of the cup. 4, 5, 6. Nice. We're gonna bet it one more time. We're going for max cash. 1-2-3 us. Triples. We're not taking that from him, chat. Again, he teases us one roll from victory. What an absolute tease. What a tease. I know, what a god. I can't believe that just happened again. So we are having mixed luck. We got very lucky with the 1-1-1s. And he did roll out a lot of times in a row. We were just unlucky that we got into a draw with him. I'm not sure if it, like, calculates the dice depending on where you press it, like if it's going left or right. I don't know how static those rolls are. So it could end up being a skill-oriented game. I know, for example, if you roll it too far to the outside, you auto-lose. But I'm not sure if there's, like, a specific point you can roll to always get, like, 4, 5, 6, for example. Like, if dead center in the bowl always gives you 4, 5, 6. I don't know if that's a thing or not. Unfortunately, chat, we gotta start over again. We're so close to max money, though. He's just teasing us now. Alright, this is a good start. So he has to lose several times in a row at this point. Rolled a 1, annoying. Triples, okay, that's good for us, actually. I tried aiming in the center, and it seemed to give us a good roll. We took a while to think about that. 1-1-1s, great start. I think we just need one more roll. And then we're gonna leave. Don't you dare 4, 5, 6 me. I'm gonna be so mad. Chad, I'm legit gonna get mad. If he 4, 5, 6s me here, okay, he's done. Stupid Gasper. No, I'm not betting all my winnings. Get out of here. I'm taking my 900,999. I'm leaving you. Get wrecked, fool. Anyway. So we have all the money in the world. Sadly, if we want to give every character max items, that is not anywhere near enough money. However, I'm not one of those players that really cares about that, so I'm pretty much good to go for the rest of the game. I could have... Oh, looks like our storeman moved up here. Interesting. You can see now there's a bigger room and a suspiciously wide area for other characters to be. Sure, Jupo. We'll level your equipment that I'll never use in the future. Anyway, let's go ahead and dump him off. Yeah, we know about the Great Forest. It's fine. Oh, he actually has a nice little place now. Time to change party members, chat. Gotta eject them. Sorry, Jupo. Don't need you anymore. He needed a bigger vault. That's all he lives for. You're not wrong, chat. You're not wrong. So at some point I need to level Pawn, but I don't really need to do that right now. I could bring Kai. I don't think I need any of these other characters at the moment. You know what, chat? I'll leave it up to you, since I believe I have a legitimate free spot. Is there a character you prefer me to play with? I'll pick anybody the chat wants, even if it's not optimal. I already have Luke, I already have Cleo, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, the floor did get a lot fancier. If chat has any preferred characters, we can play as them. Chat wants Moss? Sure. We'll replace them like this. Should be fine. I thought I had armor to give him. Also, I realized I can't actually upgrade his own weapons. So he's gonna be stuck at that for a little while. Chat, the castle did get taller. Let's go see what's above us now, since we're here. Pawn's up here, in his own little room. Where's my food? Wow, look how much fancier this place got, chat. The castle is certainly improving. Now, I wonder, since the castle expanded, if that allows us to recruit Antonio. I think it does, but don't quote me on it. Rick says Viktor is always fun. We'll be getting a lot of we'll get a lot of Viktor in the future. Although it's kind of funny that I say that now, saying it out loud, given what happens in this game. I might end up calling him Richter in the future. So we'll go ahead and go, I guess, with this party. You know what? I'll just buy armor if I really need it. Fine. So we're gonna take our ridiculously, ludicrously overpowered team. And we are going to see if we can get Antonio, and then and if we can't, we'll just save there. Guess I can improve his magic, in case I give him something with damage. Everything else is kind of irrelevant here, to be honest. I mean, I could still technically give everybody guard robes, because guard robes are kind of silly. Yeah, that's better than what he's using. Nice. Unfortunately, we don't have a armorer yet, because we did get to a shop before that gave us the magic boosting accessories, which is really good if you're playing with mostly runes. We'll improve Moss's damage. There we go. He now has a stone hammer. So he does have unite attacks, but I don't believe with anybody in the party. So we're just gonna take a quick little detour over here, make sure I didn't miss anybody, then I'll go back to the southwest. And if nobody's there, we'll pause there for now. So we still can't get him. Interesting. Oh, wait a minute. Am I forgetting something really silly? I think I am, chat. I just remembered. There is a way to recruit him. It's very dumb. I don't know if we could do it yet, but if nothing else, I'll go save at our other place. That's fine. So I forgot that sometimes you need a character to tell you that they need a certain role filled in the castle, and he is one of them. I just remembered. So we've recruited the character that does tell us about him. This NPC is a god. I swear, he blocks me so many times. I cannot wait till we get to the point I no longer have to take this boat to and from. I'm gonna be so happy, chat. So I'm gonna go see if this character is able to be mentioned. And if they're not, I'll save here. And we'll continue on next time, since I mostly just wanted to see Antonio. Are they on the first or the second floor now? I don't remember. Survey says first floor. It's actually not Pawn. So Marie doesn't mention it yet. So Marie is the character that needs to tell us about Antonio. So we'll have to come back, chat. We'll have to come back. So let's save here for now. And let us give a little send-off for Suikoden, but this is not the end of the stream. Let's chat about how we feel it went. So we managed to get to the castle. That was my goal for the stream. I didn't want to spoil it too hard. And we managed to get the character recruitment going. As you can see, we ended up with the teacher character, who is a great character. Can fill slots basically anywhere and just unite attack to make the protagonist more powerful. As we get further and further into the game, we're going to be relying more and more and more on runes. Already you can see we have a Dancing Flame on the Fire Crystal, which was doing 800 plus damage, which pretty much no unite attack in the game can really compete with at the moment. And we still have one more tier of spells we haven't seen at all. So once we start outfitting every character with damaging runes outside of like 1 or 2 characters, because obviously we need a Holy Crystal at some point, we will basically be nuking every single encounter. Now, Earth Magic takes a little while to ramp up, so I'm not in like a rush to do it. But we'll be switching over to Earth by the time we get to the end of the game. And we'll see a little bit of Lightning Rune. Lightning Rune is not bad. It is single target focused. It's just that more often than not, things seem to have a weakness to fire. Or at least, if fire and lightning are more, or kind of neutral, it's just easier to use fire. Because fire just does more damage, ultimately. For one reason or another. But we will be taking advantage of, I think, lightning in the mid game. It has like some decent single target, as I mentioned before. But most of the time, we're just looking to wipe out mini boss waves. But we'll see how it goes. And by the end of the game, Earth will be the superior magic. We will be using very little, if pretty much no usage of the water magic rune, because we don't really need healing. And yeah, we'll use a little bit of wind, I guess, here and there, just for free damage. But it won't be probably our end game room. Like, we'll leave it on one character, because I think there are a couple of bosses where the earth magic doesn't work on them because they fly, for example. So that's where we'll need a backup, like a lightning or a wind, for example, in order to damage them. So it's not just like a pure, this one's always better situation. It is good to have like at least one backup rune just in case. So overall, I like where it's going so far. So hopefully the chat has been enjoying it as well. Chat got to name Duckburg Castle. And I think next time we'll be exploring a little bit more of the Great Forest. This time we won't be cheesing out some Kobold ×6 or massive XP. But so far I don't think we've missed anything in terms of characters. I don't think it's possible to miss them at this point. And we already talked about the missable items, and I think we've done a pretty good job covering just about everything. Maybe we'll go back and I'll leave a save at this point in a new save file to show off a glitched character. But I will not do that until after we get the character officially. So it'll just be kind of like a mini glitch showcase, suppose, at some point. But for now, I think it's safe to say that we are done with Suikoden. So we'll be continuing this for quite a bit more in terms of sessions. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. Hopefully you're having fun with it too. However, it is time to say goodbye to Suikoden, so thank you everybody for watching Suikoden, and so long YouTube.